FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over, the Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, McGovern Auto Group, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, this is Boston Bruins hockey. As tonight, the Bruins come north in search of their third straight win as they take on the wild card leading Ottawa Senators. Great to have you with us alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Back-to-back wins over two of the Atlantic Division's best teams. Evidence of what the Bruins players say is a belief they're still capable of making the playoffs despite last week's franchise-altering trades. On Tuesday night, the Bruins coming back from a 2-0 deficit in the third period to beat the Florida Panthers 3-2. That just a few days removed from a 4-0 win in Tampa, and a strong showing last Thursday as well in Carolina. And Coach Joe Sacco says the team's forechecking has been a big reason for their recent success.
I think we're always trying to be aggressive. Sometimes you have to play the game that's in front of you. But no, like Florida last game, they're one of the better forechecking teams in the league. And actually we are too. When you look at the numbers, our forecheck numbers are really strong. So it's always imperative that we try to play behind and establish the forecheck early, because it can set up the team for success later as the game goes on if you start to wear the opposition's defenseman down. The key to the forecheck for us is the F1, we call it, the first forward. He basically sets up the forecheck. He's got to be the one driving. He's got to get in there quick. He's got to try to separate, be physical when he can, but at least try to separate man from puck, and then we can get our second forward in there quick.
Well, I'll add to that. Where's the dump going? You know, is it a hard around? Is it a cross corner? Do we mind if the goaltender plays the puck? You have some goaltenders that are very good at playing the puck and can make that good first pass to use the defenseman to get it out of the zone, or do you have a goaltender that's not very good? And then you don't mind him stopping the puck behind the net because you don't know what he's going to do. We've seen, but both examples, throughout the year, and, just throughout, the entire season, and goaltenders that, Marty Brodeur was fantastic at handling the puck. Dominik Hasek loved to handle the puck. He was a wild card.
Right.
You never knew where that puck was going to go. If he was right, it was good. If it was wrong, it was disastrous. Still one of the best goaltenders of all time. But it's so, when you're dumping the puck in, are you dumping it to an area where your F1, as Joe Sacco calls it, the first forechecker, is going to get there in time to provide that forecheck and provide a little animosity for the defenseman going back for it. That's what Florida does. Florida's not going to run you through the glass, but they're going to finish every hit, and they want the puck behind you. They don't carry the puck into the zone that much. They put it behind you. They get in there quickly on the forecheck, and they just, you don't, as a defenseman, you don't enjoy going back for the puck in those situations. So, that's an area, and Joe Sacco says that the Bruins are one of the better forechecking teams in the league. Analytics will tell you, but it all starts with where do you put that puck in order to establish that forecheck?
Well, one of the reasons for the Bruins' comeback win against the Panthers the other night, the power play. They got a big power play goal in that third period to spark the comeback. And one of the newest Bruins, and a new part of their power play, Casey Middlestad, helped set up that goal.
It's one of the main jobs of power play, right? At least if you're not scoring, get some momentum for the team and, get guys going. So, yeah, it was a heck of a play by Lindy and made it pretty easy for me. Obviously, if you hit Pasta in front, it's usually going in the back of the net.
With how aggressive that Florida played that, and I'll go back to Carolina as well. Carolina, Florida, so aggressive on the penalty kill. Some of that is their own style, but it also is the fact that the Bruins' power play just is not good. It hasn't been good all year. And if you can move the puck quickly against a really aggressive PK, like they had, you're going to get a chance from the middle of the ice, just like they did. And we talked about that before the Carolina game. Talked about it during the Florida game, how the middle of the ice was wide open on a couple of occasions because they were so aggressive, especially out high on the Bruins and on the walls against the Bruins. You know, they had 3 guys over on the wall. They only had 1 guy as a safety valve in the middle of the ice. You could utilize that whole middle of the ice if you move the puck quickly and decisively. You know what you want to do with the puck before it gets on your stick. You're going to face a different penalty kill today against Ottawa. Ottawa's not nearly as aggressive as those two teams are. You know, they do their own thing and they're comfortable with it, but they're not nearly as aggressive. So it's a different kind. It's a different kind of defensive system here for the Ottawa Senators when they're shorthanded.
Another one of the new faces since last Friday, defenseman Henry Jokiharju. He's been paired with Nikita Zadorov for each of his first 2 games in a Bruins uniform. Joe Sacco spoke about those two meshing quickly.
Yoki's done a good job. He's been clean with his puck play for the most part. He's able to execute well at the offensive blue line, and they just kind of fed off each other pretty well as far as one guy obviously being a little bit more physical. The other one can settle things down sometimes with his puck play because he's got the ability to make that first pass, help us come out of our D zone. So, it's been a pretty good fit.
Yeah, so far so good. You know, I mean, I think Zadorov has actually played some very good hockey here recently. You know, he took some criticism, and he's had a little bit of trouble kind of acclimating himself to the system and the way that the Bruins want to play. He's taken himself out of position a few times. He took a lot of penalties early in the season. He's calmed that stuff down and doing it at the right time. I mean, I don't think there's any Bruins fan. I know that there are no Bruins fans who are upset to see Sam Bennett take a beating from Zadorov the other day. As much as I like Sam Bennett, you know, he's you want him on your team type of guy.
But we wanted to see that for a while.
I did not mind seeing that one bit. And but Zadorov provides that physical presence as long as he's not running out of position to do it. When you run out of position to do it, because of the way that they play, everything's structured, right? If you run out of position to make a hit, it's going to lead to a 2-on-1. Unless you have that good support in the middle of the ice from your forwards, if it's not there, you can't. You have it as a defenseman. You have everything in front of you. If you're skating backwards, you know what you have in front of you for support by your forwards coming back. If they're not in position, you can't run at a guy on boards because when the puck gets passed in the middle, it's a 2-on-1. And we saw that way too many times, I think, earlier in the year. So, you know, he's actually settled that down a little bit. He's played some good hockey for them. And he's been physical when they've needed to be, which is they want some snarl on that back end, and they've certainly gotten it from him, a lot this year.
Well, after that win on Tuesday, we spoke with Mason Lohrei, and he told us the guys in the room still believe they can go on a run and get into the playoffs. And today, Mark Kastelik said last week's trades have not changed their mindset.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of have the same mentality that no matter what the moves they make, the goal remains the same, and we're not going to just kind of give up, even though we made some moves and we brought in a lot of good people, and I think we're still a great hockey team, so I think everybody's just hungry to continue to push to make the playoffs, and that's been our mindset all along, so nothing's really changed.
Yeah, I like hearing those words. It's the right thing to say, and they do believe that, but now they have to go out and prove it, and they're going to have it's a tough out here today. Ottawa's playing some pretty good hockey. They're playing a lot of hockey right now. A lot of teams playing catch-up because the Bruins have played more games than most teams around the league, and Ottawa's no different. A couple games behind the Bruins in terms of games played, but they make a couple of significant moves at the deadline, including bringing in Cousins and shipping out Norris to the Buffalo Sabres. That's a big move for them. I mean, Norris is a good player. Can't stay healthy, but he's a good player. Cousins needed a reset, and he's been good since he's come along here to the Ottawa Senators.
Tonight's Storylines brought to you by your Boston area Chevrolet dealers. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealer. Find exciting offers, too, on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Coming up here on the Bruins pregame show, we'll go around the NHL, including Craig Berube's Maple Leafs hosting Florida.
It's always a little bit of a challenge after a long road, which we've been on for quite some time, but, it's just part of the game.
I'll talk with Bruins head coach Joe Sacco about tonight's matchup.
The start of this game is going to be real important. I think that we have to be ready to play. We have to let them know that we're here to play tonight.
And up next, we'll focus in on the Ottawa Senators.
To the line and in, Amadio. Bassin gets a shot, scores! The Senators retake the lead.
That's all coming up here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows filing your small business taxes can be a nightmare, like the kind where you're being chased by a giant W-2 form, and you're running and running, but you can never reach the submit button. Or something like that. So, TaxAct offers expert assist with live tax experts to make filing taxes less scary. Now, you can just have pleasant dreams about being chased by other giant, non-threatening paperwork. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Feeding the Puck for Families donation campaign has helped raise over $25,000 this hockey season. Every time Boston's hometown hockey team feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. With each assist, the foundation will enable a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. They're the first ones you call when you need help. Police officers, firefighters, teachers, keeping Massachusetts strong every single day. WellPoint is committed to serving the dedicated public service employees and their families who serve our Commonwealth, and proud to honor our hometown heroes this season. Visit the contest page at 985thesportshub.com to nominate someone who makes a difference in your community, and they'll score a pair of game tickets and be recognized all season long. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HRV. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Flyers in their own zone now with a second to go, and that'll do it. So for the Philadelphia Flyers, a disappointing loss again, their fifth straight, but the Senators, they continue to roll with their fourth straight victory as they head home.
Back here in Ottawa, where the Senators are trying to end a 7-year playoff drought. They enter the night 5-0-1 over their last 6 games and hold the first wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. And after Tuesday night's 5-2 win over Philadelphia, Michael Amadio talked about the keys to their success.
Absolutely. I think, when we play simple and we stick to our details, I think that's when we're the most successful. So it worked out for us tonight, and another huge 2 points.
Yeah, they're confident in the way that they're playing right now. And, we've seen teams go on real good rises, and then we've seen them dip. I mean, look at Detroit right now. The games that they've lost, they won last night, but they had lost, 5 or 6 in a row. Montreal has been up and down. It's been just a roller coaster for them. Ottawa has been up and down, but not quite as much, I think, as some of those other teams, and that's what's got them in the playoffs right now. And the Bruins have played them pretty well this year. They've shut them out, but they also lost 2 games in extra session, and games that the Bruins. There's games you're going to look back on during the season and say, we get 2 points there, we get 2 points there, as opposed to 1 or 0, and we're right in this playoff hunt. They're 2 points out of a playoff spot right now. They don't have the tiebreaker. They played more games, but they're 2 points behind Columbus. They got a couple teams right around them as well. Rangers are there. Montreal's hanging around, but hey, you got to believe. But Ottawa's a team that believes. They like the way that they play. You got to stay out of the box against them. They're right in the middle of the pack in terms of power play. But here's to put it in perspective. They have 4 players in their lineup with over 20 power play points. The Bruins' highest power play guy has 19 points.
Right.
1. So, you got to, they're still middle of the pack, but they've got a potent power. I think they got a potent power play, that top unit especially.
Just real quick, Senators made a couple of moves at the deadline, including acquiring Dylan Cousins from Buffalo. How big of a pickup is that?
Good player. He's had a couple of off seasons in Buffalo, but a lot of people have. He had 30 goals 2 or 3 years ago, so it's gone down. His production has gone down, but he seems to be rejuvenated, not only scoring-wise. He scored a couple of goals now since being with the Senators. He's hitting everything that moves. He's a guy that can provide energy, but can also score. So, and a good player went the other way in Norris. he couldn't stay healthy. And, you know, I think that the sentiment around him was that, yeah, he's injured too much. You can't trust him to be in the lineup. Cousins is a guy that, I mean, he's loving going from Buffalo to a lot of players have loved leaving Buffalo and gone to good teams, and Ottawa's a team certainly on the rise.
And he's, you know, pulled in here to a legit contender to get into the postseason, which obviously wouldn't have been in Buffalo. Well, coming up, Bruins and the Senators. We will go around the NHL in just a few moments, but right now, coming up next, it's Joe Murray in the Check of the Sports Hub headlines here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
For over 100 years, New England Coffee has been honoring a tradition of slow roasting and handcrafting quite possibly the best coffee you'll ever taste. And we say that with pride, because for 5 generations, our coffee experts have been obsessed over every single detail to get it just right, focusing on the aroma, body, and flavor for coffee enthusiasts everywhere. From the land where coffee's done right. New England Coffee, grounded in New England.
Celtics fans, be sure to tune into the Celtics Show every Saturday at noon on 98.5 The Sports Hub, and be sure to enjoy every game this season with an ice-cold Corona, the official cerveza of the Boston Celtics. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
At Meineke, doing car care right means Meineke certified technicians fix whatever your car needs. They fix it right and back it up with nationwide warranties. Brakes? They do that. Tires? Yep, they do that. Engine repairs, air conditioning, tune-up, suspension, alignments, oil changes. Meineke does it all. See for yourself. Visit Meineke.com today and schedule an appointment. Each Meineke is independently owned and operated. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Also, Patriots news today. David Andrews released after 10 seasons with the team. They did hold a press conference today introducing their free agent signings. They have just made another signing, pass rusher Clavion Chason, 1-year deal, $5 million. They do have interest in signing receiver Cooper Kupp. And the Celtics off until tomorrow. They'll take on the Heat. They're off that loss to Kansas City yesterday. Oklahoma City. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 15% off your next drive-through oil change. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. Ryan and Bob will take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra, or our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers, according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now get a low $249 per month lease for 39 months on Rogue. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Well-qualified lessees. 2025 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $46.39 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 3/31/25.
Hey everyone, Adney and Burke here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch the movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit. The cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CRV. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CRV.
See dealer for financing details.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Bruins in Ottawa tonight. Let's take a look at the other action around the NHL. Starting in Toronto, the Florida Panthers in town to take on Craig Berube Leafs, who are back home after 7 out of 8 on the road.
It's a challenge for sure, and the opponent's a challenge, as we know. A very good team, Stanley Cup champs. It's always a little bit of a challenge after a long road, which we've been on for quite some time. But it's just part of the game and the schedule and everything, and it's got a mental toughness here tomorrow.
Yeah, and they're taking on a good team in the Florida Panthers, right? So you've got two teams jockeying right now for number one here in the Atlantic Division. Florida's 2 points up. Toronto has a game in hand. You go into this game, and it's potentially a second-round matchup right now. There's still a lot of work to be done before that happens, but right now Tampa's in third place, and they've lost a couple games in a row. We'll get to that game in a second, but this is a good matchup here in the Atlantic Division between these two teams.
Yeah, Tampa's in Philadelphia tonight to take on the Flyers.
Yeah, Tampa's lost 2 in a row. They're 3 points back of Toronto coming into today's action. Philadelphia's lost 5 in a row, and unfortunately for them, again, close, but probably are not going to make it.
Penguins are going to host the Blues tonight, 7 o'clock face-off. Meanwhile, Vegas is in Columbus. Matthew Olivier and the Blue Jackets still holding the second wild card spot despite dropping 3 out of 4.
Yeah, focus on the next one. We're in a playoff race here. We'll analyze it, shake it off, and get back to it in the next game. That's all we can do.
Yeah, big fans of Vegas tonight. Rooting for Vegas against Columbus in Columbus. Blue Jackets are 2 points up on the Bruins. They do have 2 games in hand on Boston, but, the Bruins haven't. So the Bruins didn't help themselves because they lost, 7 of 8 or 8 of 9.
Right.
And other teams were losing around them. You put some wins together during that time, and they're right comfortably in the playoffs right now. But they went on a bit of a bender the wrong way, and and then you see Columbus winning some games and Ottawa winning some games. So, they put themselves behind it, and they had an opportunity to get right back into it. They're still there, but they didn't do themselves any favors with that stretch.
We'll be rooting for the Minnesota Wild tonight, too, as they're hosting the New York Rangers in one of the other games this evening. That's our look around the NHL. Bruins interim head coach Joe Sacco joins us next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
In March, McGovern Madness means bigger savings from McGovern Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Newton and Acton. Lease a new 2024 Jeep Wrangler Sport for $299 a month. 24-month lease, 7,500 miles per year, $39.95 due at signing. It's McGovern Madness at McGovern Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Newton and Acton. Shop now at McGovernCJDR.com. That's McGovernCJDR.com. Take delivery by 3/31/25. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees extra on approved credit. See dealer for details.
No luck is needed at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your oil change is always complete in about 15 minutes, always appointment free, and you'll never have to leave your car. It's always your lucky day. Plus, did you know all services are stay in your car? From wiper blade replacements to tire rotations to AC services, they can do it all while you relax in the comfort of your own vehicle. Go to NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 15% off your next visit. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of Lucky Days.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever for a single line. Just $45 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Too Tired to Cook takeout every week. Get one line on Unlimited Welcome for $45 per month with AutoPay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Boston Verizon store by April 2nd to save. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on Unlimited Welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Every sandwich has bread, every burger has a bun, but these warm, golden, smooth steam buns, these are special, reserved for the very best. The Filet-O-Fish. And you can have them too.
And you can have it all at 2 for $6, like a Filet-O-Fish, Big Mac, 10-piece McNuggets, or large fries. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Joe Sacco is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms. Well, first off, Joe, you guys coming off that comeback win over Florida. Before we get to the comeback part of it, what did you think of your team's performance through 2 periods in that game?
I thought the first period we weren't as sharp as we needed to be. I give Florida credit. They came in, they played a hard game. Thought they were better on loose pucks, better recovering pucks, just one more puck battles. And then I thought it tilted more in the third period in our favor when we started to get our legs going and our competitive level was, up there more.
Was there anything you can point to that kind of changed the momentum in that game for you guys?
Well, I think getting a power play goal was big for us at the time. We were down 2-0 at that point in the third period. And so certainly that gives our team a boost. It gave our guys a lift. So I would look back at that as being one of the things. I just think we started to play more physical in the third period as a whole.
We talked to Mason Lohrei right after the game, and he talked about the level of belief in the room. Is that something you're feeling right now, and how do you maintain that given all of the turnover that's happened here in the last week and a half?
Well, yeah, I think that the guys are obviously when you win a couple of games, you're going to feel better about yourself, especially when you have new players coming in. And I think that there's belief and there is hope, but we just have to stick to our game process. And for us, when I look at the last 3 games, I know we've won 2 out of the last 3, but going back to the Carolina game, we've defended much better at 5-on-5. We're doing a good job of limiting grade A scoring chances against. We're making better decisions with the puck. So when you combine those 2 things, it helps build success for your team and belief in your team.
Well, speaking of defending, I wanted to ask you about Zadorov and Jokiharju as a pair. What do you like about that combination?
Well, I just, it's only been a couple of games, but Z is playing his game. He's physical. He's strong in front of the net. And then, with Yoki, he can move the puck well coming out of our zone, helps us become clean, makes some, good plays at the offensive blue line. So there's an execution piece with him, too.
With Zadorov in particular, when he's at the top end of his game, you mentioned being physical, but when he's at the top of his game, what traits are you looking for?
Looking for him to defend hard, making sure that in the D zone that he's protecting the net front, working in straight lines, stopping in front of the net, stopping on his guys, and just winning his battles. He's a big man. He's a physical presence. He can actually skate well. He moves well. So the ability to get up ice at times and carry the puck, too, is there as well. So, and just be a good leader back there for us.
Casey Middlestad's been a nice addition to you guys in the lineup here in the last couple of games since coming over in the trade deadline. Can you talk about what you've seen from him and what his best fit is on this roster?
Well, Mitzi's done a good job the first 2 games getting himself acclimated. I thought when you look at his game, the thing that jumps out right away is his creativity, his offensive ability. I mean, the first game he played, he made a couple of plays coming over the offensive blue line where he was able to hang on to the puck and separate himself from some traffic in the middle of the ice. Last game, he makes a high-end play on the power play to Pasta, beating Florida's pressure. So there's offensive ability there, there's creativity. He's still learning the system away from the puck, and that's something we'll continue to work on with him because as a centerman, he has a lot of responsibility in our defensive zone.
Your penalty kill over the last, I think it's 12 games, is up around 86, 87%. It's not exactly been a strength for your team at times throughout the course of this season. Can you pinpoint why it's been better in the last month or so?
I think that one thing is we've tried to be more aggressive in certain situations. I think at times when things don't go well, you tend to get more passive, and that's probably not what you want to do. You want to flip the script and go the other way. So like anything, when you start to change your mindset a little bit and pressure in certain areas, it makes it harder. And if you talk to our power play guys that play on it, they'll tell you the same thing, that it's hard to set up when there's a pressure coming at you in this league. Guys have good sticks, so just making the right reads, appropriate pressure, we call it.
All right, tonight you guys take on the Ottawa Senators for the final time in the regular season. What do you expect this game to look like?
Well, I mean, they're playing really well, especially here at home. They're sitting in a wild card spot right now. We're just trying to continue to build our game and keep pushing as best we can. So I expect it to be a spirited game, and especially here in this building with the situation that they're in right now. I think the start of this game is going to be real important. I think that we have to be ready to play. We have to let them know that we're here to play tonight.
Joe, we appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thanks.
There's Joe Sacco. Bruins and the Senators are coming up next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. He's the ED Group station.
So far, Bruins version 2.0 is 2-0.
They're just aggressive all over. Look at wide open in front.
Right in front, chance, Pasternak scores! All trying to get that puck free. It'll come free. Here's Warai moving toward the slot, scores! Pasternak now pivots away from Forsling. He's got one in front, score! Sacco! And the Bruins have the lead! After wins over two of the top teams in their division, the Bruins now turn their attention to the team at the top of the wild card standings in the East. It's the Bruins and the Ottawa Senators coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, a shot.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pasternak wins the series for the Bruins. A chance in front, score, and it's Geeky again.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, Bosch Tools, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, McGovern Auto Group, Hub International New England, Timberline Construction, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th backhand score of a penalty trap for Raymond Gordon.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're at the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa for the Bruins and the Senators' fourth meeting of the year between these two teams. Bruins won the last one after Ottawa took the first two. Boston looking for their third straight win tonight against a team that's on a roll right now.
Yeah, well, they played some good hockey. I mean, Tampa was on a roll when the Bruins played them, and the Bruins came out on the positive end of that one in Tampa. They did a nice job against the Florida Panthers. They were good against Carolina, probably deserved better in that game. At least a tie going into overtime. They had some bad luck, but they had some good puck luck, against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So you come in here against Ottawa, a team that's playing well, a team that's playing with some confidence. It's been how many years now that they've been saying, okay, which team is ready to take the jump? Is it Ottawa? Is it Detroit in the Atlantic Division?
Right.
Is it Buffalo? Well, right now it's the Ottawa Senators. They're firmly in a playoff spot. A couple of losing games, and they might get caught. But right now they're playing with a lot of confidence, and it's going to be up to the Bruins to slow them down a little bit here today. I still think you can attack their defense. You got Linus Ullmark in net right now for them, but I still think you can attack their defense. If you let them go offensively, they're a team that can hurt you, and they have hurt the Bruins earlier this season. I mean, they scored 6 against the Bruins one game here. in Ottawa. So they can put up some numbers if you allow them to.
Yeah, for the second time, we will get a Jeremy Swayman, Linus Ullmark matchup. Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. We'll have the opening face-off coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Geico's motorcycle expertise means I'm covered by people who know bikes like I do. I'm happy as a clam.
Disclaimer. No conclusive scientific research has shown clams can experience happiness.
I just meant that I feel really good about my coverage.
I mean, even if you took the clam out for the best day ever, visiting the zoo, taking a scenic ride, knowing you're insured by specialists, and sharing a strawberry ice cream cone together, the clam would not feel happy, and your strawberry cone would taste sort of clammy.
Ew.
Geico's motorcycle specialists who know bikes like you do assume no liability for clammy ice cream cones. Geico. Expertise for your motorcycle.
Who's scoring big in the NBA this season? You are, with all the new ways to get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. From monster slams to dishing the rock to clearing the glass, get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. And here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Take it to the rack with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SPORTSHUB. That's code SPORTSHUB for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Back here in Ottawa, Bruins and the Senators getting ready to drop the puck. Let's go down to ice level and tonight's national anthems.
We now ask that you remain standing for the singing of O Canada by Anya Haynar. Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez rester debout pour l'interprétation de l'hymne national par Anya Haynar.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, count embrasser, porter les pays, il sait porter la croix, ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
Bruins and Senators getting set to get underway here. We take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for the Ottawa Senators is Linus Ullmark. On defense, the pairing of Nick Jensen and Thomas Chabot. Up front, a line of David Perron, Dylan Cousins, and Tim Stützle. For the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman in goal, Henry Jokiharju on defense, along with Nikita Zadorov, and up front, it's Jacob Lauko, Elias Lindholm, and Marat Husnadinov. Starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
And the first 5 minutes of tonight's game presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Michelle Vaudrey of Whitensville, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Michelle will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins will go from right to left in the first period. In the road, white sweaters, white helmets, and black pants. Senators in black from head to toe, white numbers and red trim. And the opening face-off controlled by Elias Lindholm here for Boston. Jokiharju will dump it around Lena Solmark's net. Spun back toward the far side by Shabbat, pinching it along the far wall. And the Bruins able to keep it alive. Played back around behind the net by Shabbat toward the near side and carried out into the neutral zone by Batherson. Dealt off to the left side. Perron will rip it around the boards to the near side corner. Backhanded in behind the net by Zadorov. And in that far corner, a hit by Batherson helped to free it up. It'll come back toward the near side. And Zadorov will angle it up the boards. And Husnadinov will move it through the neutral ice and backhanded deep by Lindholm. Bruins will go for an early change. Spun back in behind the Senators' net. And Jensen will settle in back there. Long wait as Senators were changing up ice. Pass redirected deep into the Bruins zone by Gregg. Stopped to the back of the net by Swayman. Hands off for Mason Lohrei. Around the far boards, it finds David Pasternak. Back over to Lohrei from the near circle. Through the neutral zone, across ice pass to Zaka, and deep into Senators territory it goes. Pasternak in there on the forecheck against Pinto. Puck wrapped around the far side and comes back in behind the net. Now Zub under pressure. Gave it up into the corner for Amadio. And the Senators looking to clear it as it comes across the ice. Picked up at the red line by Gregg. Handles it into the Boston zone, but turned over to Peak.
Already a better start to this game than the last one, eh?
Well, there haven't been 3 icings yet.
We got one.
Yeah.
You spoke too soon.
So a minute 39 in, we get our first whistle, and it's an icing against the Bruins.
Yeah, interesting. You know, Mason Lohrei, we had him on after the game. He scored a nice goal right in the third period, tie that game up. But he also, he said there were some other things in his game, if you listen to the interview, that he needed to be better. And part of it's the forecheck. When he's getting forechecked on, making the right read and the right play when he goes back for pucks, that's something he's still working on. How he defends, how he battles, and how he makes that good first pass out of the zone. Ottawa doesn't have the reputation of being as heavy as the Florida Panthers are, but, you know, I think a good test for him in terms of the skating game.
Here's a drive from the far point man, Clevin, stepping into one. Swayman makes a save out of the top of his crease and hangs on.
Kachuk and Pete going at it in front of the net. That's, that's Brady Kachuk's bread and butter, right? He's going to be in front of the net. This guy, he plays hard, and he's feeling the playoffs for the first time. He joked that he leads the league in playoff games watched because his brother Matthew in Florida, and you know, even when he was up in Calgary, you know, right. But Brady has not been part of the playoffs.
He's got 7 goals in his last 7 games coming into this one. Of course, a huge part of USA's team in the 4 nations. As the puck sent into the Senators zone, volleyed back out through neutral ice. Chasing is Gaudette. Chopped at by Jokiharju. Puck will come into the far corner. Jokiharju played it up the wall, but not out. Here's Clevin. Down the far circle in a shot. Swayman makes the save and gathers in the loose puck. And Zadorov gets into a little shoving battle after the whistle with Matthew Highmore.
Ottawa's going to try to get to the front of the net, no question. And it's up to the Bruins defense to do a good job of keeping them clear of the front of the net, allowing Swayman to see those shots. Swayman had to fight through a little bit to see that one, and he wanted to make sure he had it. I had that puck that trickled through him last game against Florida. It didn't count. But that was, I think it was Reinhardt who was digging away at it, pushing that puck through because it wasn't quite covered up. But if he's allowed to see those shots, then he's usually pretty reliable in that department. It's up to the Bruins to make sure that that front of the net stays clear.
Elias Lindholm beats Tkachuk on the face-off. Witherspoon plays it over to Mitchell, skating up toward the red line. He'll dump it in as Tkachuk came calling for a hit, but came behind the net onto Jensen. Claude Giroux will start out and lifts it across the ice, a bouncing puck. Shabbat sent it toward the middle. Tkachuk forced wide of the net. Stutzlo on the near side circle, got it back to the point. Jensen a drive, save made, rebound in front. Giroux nearly a chance at it. Witherspoon instead has it for the Bruins, and he'll play it back through the neutral zone behind Lauko. That's going to turn into a Bruins icing. We've got 17:09 to play in the first.
So a couple shots from out high here for the Ottawa Senators to start this game, and they've had good traffic in front of the net. You mentioned Tkachuk, he was there again in front of the net. That time Witherspoon was trying to move him from the front, but that's, I mean, it's such an area of importance for them, but Swayman was able to see that shot that came in from the blue line.
Off the face-off, Zub tried a shot from along the near wall, but that was directed up into the air. Bruins clear it, but right back in they come, and a shot from the left circle is gobbled up again by Swayman.
Witherspoon a little upset with himself as he's going to the bench now. He tried to make that play into the middle of the ice, but he didn't get all of it. He fumbled it a little bit and fanned on pass, and ends up getting turned over just above the blue line, and all of a sudden the Bruins are back on their heels. That's a good chance.
Shane Pinto with that shot from just outside the face-off dot. Another face-off to the right of Swayman. Geekie wins this one. Lohrei brings behind the net. Puck slipped away from him in the near corner. And now with a pop free to the near circle as Peak blocks a shot attempt by Gregg. Around the near wall. And Amadio into the right corner. Challenged by Geekie. Sent puck through out through the slot. And shot goes up and over the net from Sanderson. Sent back the other way and out of Pasternak's reach. There's another icing.
The third one for the Bruins here. But it's been Ottawa on the attack. We've had a couple of offensive zone face-offs. Joe Sacco just kind of rolling his eyes a little bit. But you've got to be clean coming out of your own zone. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. You're under some forechecking pressure, but it's got to be cleaner for the Bruins handling some of this pressure. And Ottawa's feeling it, right? Only 3.5 minutes into the game, but Ottawa's playing some good hockey. They like the way that they're playing. They're confident right now.
They've been a good team at home here all year long as well. 19-9-2 in this building. Here's Pinto, a turnaround shot. He scores from the near circle. And Ottawa jumps on the board less than 4 minutes in.
Well, you've had 3 icings to start the game. And do you need to have an icing? I mean, you're trying to find Pastrnak going out of the zone, which he likes to do, and the Bruins have been able to find him, and it's been some plays there to be made, but the Bruins win that face-off. They have possession of the puck, but it's the relentlessness of attack here by the Ottawa Senators that prize this puck free, and eventually Pinto's going to turn around and I think surprise Swayman on this shot, because there's a body in front of the net, but it's one that you hope that Swayman can come up with. It was Amadio hanging around the front of the net, but Swayman did get a look at it. I think Pinto just surprised him with that shot. But the Bruins won the draw.
Shane Pinto, that's now 5 goals in his last 7 games, 16 on the year. And see how the Bruins answer here as Koepke plays the puck deep in behind Linus Ullmark. Goes to get it, but gets crunched against the boards by Shabbat. Giroux sends one careening across the ice through the neutral zone. Batted back in the Ottawa direction by Mitchell. And now the Senators will come forward again. Stutzla down the right wing circle. Left it along the near side boards. Middlestat got in there with a stick. Koepke as well. Puck gets backed up behind the Bruins net. Zadorov will bring it around near side, but pass gets picked off the blue line by Jensen, and right back deep it comes. Off the far wall. Clevin walking toward the top of the face-off circle. Shot it wide on the stick side. Kept alive by Montempallo at the right point. Sent back into the near corner. And a dig it free. It'll come loose. And Montempallo's shot, redirected by Middlestat, ends up at the far corner. Sent back in behind the Bruins net. Witherspoon gets shoved off it by Dylan Cousins. Off the near boards, it comes back to Montempallo with a shot through a screen in front. Swayman able to squeeze that one.
Senators have been relentless on the forecheck, and the Bruins have not handled it well. It's you always you talk about weathering the storm, right? Sometimes because you got a confident team coming out here today, and I don't think the Panthers or the Tampa Bay Lightning were. Either one of them were really ready to play in those games, and I want to give the Bruins full marks for winning those games and playing the right way. But right now, they're not handling a hungry Ottawa team to start this game.
Something to keep an eye on. Mark Kastelik just went up the tunnel as a face-off in the Bruins zone. Pushed back toward the corner. Yoki Harju there, but surrounded by a couple of Senators. And lost the puck to Zetterlund, moving around behind the net to the far corner. He turns it over. Lauko gets it to Beecher, coming out of the zone. Brown helping it forward. Linus Ullmark will steer it away from the Senators' net. Lauko, nice play to knock one down along the near side boards on a clearing effort by Clevin. Out of the near corner, Brown backhands behind the net. Beecher will keep it moving off the far wall. Sent near side for Lohrei, stepping to the left circle to Lauko. His shot got blocked, came right back to him. Second shot got blocked as well. It'll be sent around toward the far corner, and Adam Gaudette there, and he'll back it up as Brown goes crashing into Gaudette.
Yeah, Gaudette saw him coming, lowered the shoulder.
Clevin settled behind the Senators' net with the puck. Approaching 6 minutes gone here in the first period. Ottawa's got the 1-0 lead. Usnadinov helping to force it back into the Ottawa zone. Now it comes volleying back out into the neutral ice. Mitchell gives it for Wotherspoon. Up the near side, Middlestat trying to tip it forward. That got cut off by Zub. Elias Lindholm going to carry it forward now. His shot is blocked by Shabbat and goes sailing up over the end glass out of play. So we've got 13:42 left here in the first period, and it's Ottawa with a 1-0 lead on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealer.
Blink and get more. More what, you ask? More value with smart home security at an even smarter price. More simplicity with easy install. More convenience with up to 2 years of battery life. And more connection so you can check in from anywhere. Hi, Boomer. Who's a good boy? The best part? With Blink Smart Home Security, you'll get all this without spending more. So blink and get more. To learn more, visit Amazon.com/blink.
Ben hadn't had a decent night's sleep in a month. So, during one of his restless nights, he booked a package trip abroad on Expedia. When he arrived at his beachside hotel, he discovered a miraculous bed slung between two trees and fell into the best sleep of his life. You were made to be rechargeable. We were made to package flights and hotels and hammocks for less. Expedia, made to travel.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Start your 2025 in a new F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 straight years. Bruins trailing 1-0 here early, 13:42 left in the first period. Mark Kastelik did come back from the locker room, took a little twirl during our timeout there. He's back on the bench. As a face-off win by Geekie in the offensive zone. Puck thrown to the net and turned aside by Omar. Geekie's got it back along the near side circle. Back to Lohrei at the point, over to Peak. Double clutch, then took a shot with a screen from Pasternak, but Omar makes the save and there's no rebound.
Yeah, first shot for the Bruins. They had a couple attempts on the last shift there. Lauko and his line had some good work in the offensive zone, but nothing got through. That time Peak making sure it gets past that first layer, coming out to try to block it, gets it through. But Omar had a pretty good look.
Our pregame conversation with Joe Sacco, he said the start of this game is going to be very important. First segment of the game very much controlled by Ottawa so
we
far.
expected the Senators to come out strong. And the coach always tell us, we don't weather the storm. We are the storm.
Right.
It hasn't been the case yet.
Here's Peak coming back in his own zone, and a little misplay just inside the blue line. Puck bouncing on Pinto, couldn't get it to settle. Sacco now along the near wall finds Pasternak, goes across ice with it for Lohrei. He'll drag it out into neutral ice. Chased by Amadio. Lori able to get it into the Senators zone, but Ottawa will control. 7 minutes gone here in the first period. Geekie finds a loose puck at center ice and drops it back here for Zadorov. Boston moving from right to left in this first period. Pasternak coming up toward the red line, chopped off his stick by Gregg. Now it'll come deep into the Senators zone, and Sacco finds it in the near corner. Off the near wall, and Zadorov pushed it back down toward the corner. Shabbat got it to Zub behind the net. Turns it back toward Shabbat. Senators will start their way out into neutral ice with Giroux feathering one down the right wing side. Zadorov gets shoved by Tkachuk, but moves the puck around to Jokiharju. Long pass to center ice. Got knocked back toward the near boards, but it'll be taken by Letteri. Spinning along the wall, trying to get that puck in front. Tkachuk had it briefly, but Middlestad has it back and dumps it back around into the far corner. Letteri goes in after Jensen. Puck comes back out into the neutral zone. Jokiharju pursuing it all the way across the ice. Will get it deep. He'll head off on a change.
Stützle went for a hit there. Missed Jokiharju completely.
And now the Senators will get whistled for an icing on an errant pass through the neutral zone.
Brady Tkachuk having a conversation. Was that Shabbat saying, hey, where are you going with that puck? Shabbat and Jensen have been out there for a little while now. Advantage Bruins with the face-off in the offensive zone.
Mentioned Stützle going for that hit. He is on, I would say, a heater. 21 points in 16 games.
He's a good player. A good player, and another guy that, you know, you got this young nucleus for the Ottawa Senators that they're just waiting for them to take that next step.
Nadinov coming down the left circle. Pivots back toward the near wall. Got it back to Wotherspoon at the point. Over to Mitchell. Shot it off the end wall. Trying to get the carom back out in front. Instead, it's back toward Wotherspoon and bounces over his stick and then lost it at center ice. And Perron able to dump it deep into Boston territory. Perron in after it. Takes a hit from Wotherspoon. Able to turn away from it. Brings it along the far boards and sends back in behind the net. Wotherspoon there. And battling with a pair of Senators. Back into the far corner. Mitchell trying to poke it up the boards, but that got cut off. Wotherspoon, good play in front to keep the Senators from getting a chance as Batherson was right on the doorstep. Shot wide by Montempallo. Here's a drive and they score. Clevin stepping into a one-timer on the left circle, and it's 2-0 Ottawa.
Well, it starts with a misplay in the neutral zone as they're backing up into their own zone, and then I mean, the formula for Ottawa is just keep coming on the forecheck, and the Bruins have not handled it well. You know, eventually this puck is going to come loose out to the left point. Clevin's going to step into a shot. It's a bomb. I mean, Swayman, I think he sees this one. Lori was going out to try to block it, but it's just a bomb. Puck comes off the wall on the left wing side to the right of Swayman, and Clevin just steps into this one and pounds it up high.
Tyler Clevin had gone 17 games without a point. He's got goals in back-to-back games now. Fourth goal of the year, and a 2-0 lead for Ottawa less than halfway through this first period.
He's been a nice addition to this Ottawa team here, you know, from last year to this year. I was impressed with him when I watched him play. I don't know if he's a top 4 guy, but I was impressed when I watched him play as a younger player earlier this season.
Puck brought through the neutral zone by Gaudette. He'll chip it into Boston territory. Peak rattles it around the boards for Lori up the near wall. Sacco had to come and get it and was under pressure from Gregg immediately. Peak now to the back of the net for Lori. Up the left side, Pasternak. Across the red line, now across the blue. Backhands it down deep. Spinning out of the corner was Sanderson. Played up the boards, and it'll be Amadio in the neutral zone. Hands off to Gregg. And trying to get it deep into Boston territory. It sails over the glass in the near corner, out of play. So we'll step aside here with 9:44 left in this first period. And Ottawa's got the first 2 on the board here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidants C and E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth. Feeling smooth. Who said that? It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw. So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Then there's 2 more days to donate to the Bruins' 18th annual PJ Drive. Now through March 15th, fans encouraged to donate online to benefit Cradles to Crayons and Wonder Fund Massachusetts. Plus, fans can enter to win signed Bruins memorabilia. Visit bostonbruins.com/PJ Drive to learn more. Ottawa's got a 2-0 lead just past the midway point of this first period. Swayman knocks a quick shot aside off the stick of Shabbat. And the Bruins will clear the zone. Koepke sending up ice with Terry racing against Shabbat side by side. Puck out of the corner, comes back towards Zadorov at the blue line. Chipped now over his head. And he'll come back to retrieve in the Boston zone. Jokiharju with the pass up the right side.
Oh, big collision at
Terry.
center ice.
Koepke and Perron.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional. I think they just ran into one another.
Koepke hops onto the Bruins bench. As a puck behind the Ottawa net, a chance in front, and it's Middlestat who scores. So the Bruins get one back, and Casey Middlestat's got his first goal as a Bruin.
Boy, they needed it. He's got points in all 3 games now, this Middlestat. That's a nice play, though, by Lettieri. It's a forecheck by the Bruins. In on this puck. They're going to win a battle in the corner, something Ottawa's done very well so far to start this game. And Lettieri picks up this puck behind the net, and he's going to get on his backhand, and Middlestat's coming to the front of the net. Geekie was out on the ice, so it was a broken line change, but he wasn't anywhere near the front. He was basically in the right wing circle, at the base of that right wing circle. But Middlestat beats Jensen, or gets to the net at about the same time Jensen does. Jensen can't block that pass, and it's a nice pass from Lettieri on the backhand to Middlestat, who pushes it home.
So his first as a Bruin, his 12th of the year overall, and as you mentioned, 3 points in 3 games now since he joined the team.
Should have been 4.
Yeah.
I understand why.
A little dust up here as Swayman covered the puck, and Amadio
he took a little whack as Swayman covered that puck up. I understand why the Tampa off-ice officials didn't give him the assist. You know, I mean,
by the letter of the law and all.
Bjorkstrand was trying to clear it. It goes off the pad of. But he makes the whole play.
Yeah.
In the spirit of what an assist should be. He creates the turnover. He gets the puck to Koepke. Like, he creates the entire play.
Face-off win here by Sacco.
I know. When we talked to our off-ice officials, they said, yeah, the league is sticklers with that stuff. So, but I like to give him a helper on it.
So an assist in spirit, certainly.
Yes.
Geekie got spun down here in the neutral zone. It's a little slow in getting up. So the puck comes in wide of Swayman at the back of the net. Pete got locked up with Gregg. Puck comes back to Sanderson on to Zub down the right wing circle. A centering pass and redirected.
Swayman didn't even see that.
Dangerous looking play. Geekie will come back the other direction here. Stops just inside the Senator zone. Hands off to a cutting Sacco. And Omark goes down. And then Pasternak takes a cross check. And here comes everybody. Arm in the air from the referee here, I think, on the initial contact against Omark.
Pasternak's hurting. He took a, I didn't see who caught him, but he took a pretty good cross check. And, I mean, Pasternak's not a guy that's going to run over Allmark. It's just, I need to see a replay on it. There was a big collision there, but was he being pushed into that?
Pasternak's
he's going to get, he's
getting looked at
he's
right
getting
now.
the original penalty. He was backing up, and there was definitely kind of Sanderson that caught him with a cross check, and then he got a high stick.
Yeah, in the middle of the scrum, as everybody came flying in, there was a stick up there, caught him up around the mouth.
I mean, Pasternak's got his back to Allmark. He's not running him over. He did run him over, and Allmark was in the crease, so he should get a penalty on this. He wasn't pushed in by Sanderson. He should get the original penalty, but Sanderson came in with a pretty good cross check, and then he took a high stick with the whole pile coming in as well. But they had the arm up. There was definite contact there. You can't make contact with a goaltender if he's in the blue paint, unless you're getting pushed in.
Minor penalty, goaltender interference. Ottawa 85 get a minor penalty for cross-checking. 4-on-4 to play.
Yep, good.
So they will even it up after Sanderson retaliates.
I like Linus a lot too, but sometimes those goaltenders like to embellish a little bit.
That looked like he...
Oh, he's just fine.
Yeah, no, no, definitely not hurt, but yeah, he...
No, he got backed into, though.
Yeah.
He got backed into. Travis Green is not happy. He doesn't agree with this, but I think the Bruins are happy with a 4-on-4 situation.
In some ways, you understand Sanderson's reaction too, protecting his goaltender,
absolutely.
who's a huge part of their potential playoff run here.
Absolutely.
He's missed some time already this year with back injuries.
If nobody does anything, then they really get criticized. So
Right.
Absolutely. But I know Travis Green isn't happy, but I don't know where the Bruins will be shorthanded out of that.
So 4-on-4 for 2 minutes here, just under 8 to play in the first.
He ran into Allmark. Sanderson cross-checked him. Those are the 2 penalties they got.
Yep. Shabbat back inside his own zone, gives to Kachuk, floating through his own zone.
That could turn up the temperature a little bit. It took a while for that Florida game to heat up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone says, oh, really physical. It really wasn't.
Not
for the first 40 minutes.
Yeah. Carried across the blue line here by Stutzla as he stick handled through some traffic. Middlestat got a piece of a pass, couldn't stop it. Crossing pass for Kachuk is broken up, and Zadorov's got it.
Nice job by Yoki Haru.
Zadorov trying to hold off Kachuk, who rides him toward the far boards, and now forced out of the zone by Middlestat as he collides with Jensen, who goes down. Senators with possession as they work their way back toward the Boston zone. Kachuk just inside the line. Played it down into the corner. Stutzla held up by Lorai. Yoki Haru from the far circle. Passes back to the left side for Lorai. Stops near the red line. Pivots back toward his own zone. Peak will give it back to Lorai as he goes to the right this time. Now back through the center circle. Peak gives it along the left wing side for Lindholm. But chopped away. Batherson will spin it around the near side. And there's Clevin. Ushered by Husnudinov. Far corner and Zub there for the Senators. 28 seconds before each team gets a man back. Clevin floats it down into the right wing corner here for Ottawa. Wotherspoon along the end boards. Gets shouldered by Batherson. Puck sent back to the point. Jensen brings it through the high slot to Clevin off the near wall. He hands back to Jensen, cutting down the right wing circle. A centering pass right between the circles. And unable to get that puck ready for a shot was Batherson.
Yeah, Batherson would like to have that one back. He's in good shooting position there. Just that puck goes off of his stick. And I mean, that's a tape-to-tape pass.
Penalty boxes are empty. Team's back to full strength. Geeky's shot broke through against Olmark, but bounced wide of the far post.
Pasternak just missed that rebound. He was there.
Played off the far boards for Amadio. He'll wheel it around behind the Bruins net. Near side, it's Zub to keep in. Amadio from the right circle. Pass in front, and Geeky picked that off. Looking for somewhere to go with it. His pass hits a leg. Amadio couldn't take advantage, but it's grabbed by Pinto. He's hit along the near boards by Wotherspoon. Puck comes back to Zub at the right point. Pinto now along the wall. Walks it down past the hash marks and in behind the net to the far circle. Shot gets blocked. Still loose in front. Wotherspoon got it to the blue line, but not out.
I think Swayman had to make a save there.
Pinto fans on a pass and gives it over to Geekie, and Geekie will bring it out to the red line.
He needs
send
a
it in.
change.
He'll get that change as Patrick Brown gets in on the forecheck. Zub played it back through neutral ice, and Stutzla will lift one across ice into the near corner, and then he goes down, and we get a penalty coming here against the Bruins. Looks like it's going to be Beecher.
Stutzla's got a reputation. I want to see this one again. He's got a reputation around the league as being somebody that goes down pretty easily.
So 4:48 left here in the first period. Ottawa has a 2-1 lead, and they'll have a power play when we come back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Feeding the Puck for Families donation campaign has helped raise over $25,000 this hockey season. Every time Boston's hometown hockey team feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. With each assist, the foundation will enable a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Ever notice that OW is the beginning of owner? If you run a small business, you get it. From power outages to equipment failures to delivery mishaps. There's only so much you can control. Fortunately, that includes talking to an independent agent about safety insurance. Safety's competitive property and liability coverage provides protection from business interruptions, equipment breakdowns, and many other business ownership issues. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
4:48 to go here in the first period. Ottawa has a 2-1 lead, and they go on to the power play as they get Johnny Beecher for interference. Stutzla gets a 7.8 from the German judge.
I mean, he kind of jumped on the play. Beecher's stick was there, but and maybe because I'm biased, because he does have that reputation, there's no fight to get through that. He almost jumps in the air to fall down.
Puck thrown toward the net, steered aside by Swayman, off the near boards. It's poked free by Batherson, but Peak is there. He'll shoot it out as to the neutral zone, but picked off by Stutzla, carries right back into the Boston zone. Challenged by Zadorov in the far corner. Lindholm in there against Batherson now, who walks it in behind the net. Stutzla out of the near corner. They work it back to Sanderson. Walks back to the far point, gave it up, got it right back, center of the blue line. Stutzla, right circle, sends one all the way across and in front. Swayman get that, or did that hit the post?
Might have hit the post.
Stutzla, near circle, a centering pass, and thrown to the net by Cousins, and Swayman did get that one. Sanderson at the far point. 58 to go on the power play. He's got it now along the center of the blue line. Stutzla, right circle. Tkachuk got it across, and they score. Batherson from the left circle. Off a nice feed from Tkachuk, and a power play goal puts Ottawa back in front by 2.
So if you're a defenseman in front of the net, Tkachuk has two choices when he gets that puck down low. He's just to the left of Swayman. He's right about at the goal line. He can either try to jam the puck home, or he can make the pass backdoor. You can also use the guy in the middle of the ice, Cousins, who's the bumper. So he could make that pass. But if you're the weak side D in front, you can't allow that backdoor pass. So it's Stutzla down low to Tkachuk. It's too easy. And if you're Swayman, you have to play Tkachuk. You can't leave the short side post. And it's a tape-to-tape pass behind Zadorov to a wide open in the left wing circle.
So Batherson with his 17th of the year.
We talked about their power play.
Yep. Puck comes back through the neutral zone towards Swayman. He goes out to try to play it. Couldn't get much on it. Comes around near side with Terry. Couldn't get it out of his own. Pinto, a shot, and they score on the rebound. Ridley Gregg, I believe, was the one who knocked it in, and Ottawa makes it 4-1 here in the first.
Yeah, we may see a goalie change. Maybe not this second, but maybe at the end of the period. Swayman did not play this puck well as it went behind the net. Bruins rotated around the boards. It's kept in, and a shot comes through, and there's a rebound there, and it is Gregg who gets the rebound, corrals it on the forehand, and is able to slide it past the right pad of Swayman. I don't know if Joe Sacco makes the change now, but he might make it at the beginning of the second period.
Those goals just 20 seconds apart for Batherson and Gregg.
I don't blame Swayman at all on the power play goal. Poorly defended. The Bruins have not done a good job handling the forecheck. That was, again, a forecheck, but Swayman didn't handle the puck well going out of the net that time to play it. Kind of fanned on it. And it leads to the Senators having possession in that offensive zone.
Icing here against Ottawa brings another stoppage.
Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes for the Ottawa Senators, Linus Allmark, and for the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman.
Swayman with back-to-back wins coming into this one.
And he's been good.
He has been good, including that shutout in Tampa on Saturday. This puck swept in toward him, and he'll leave it behind the net for Peak. He's given up 4 goals on 14 shots here in this first period so far.
They've been under siege.
Yeah. Slavko lifts one out of play. And some discussion here, and he looks like going to take a delay of game. That went over the bench and into the seats. Lauko is contending that it caught a piece of the dasher on its way out. Officials are now going to huddle. So at 2:33 to go here in the first period. It's a 4-1 Ottawa lead.
Number 94, 2-minute minor penalty, delay of game.
Call Lauko for the delay of game. Lauko still arguing. But he's headed into the penalty box, and Ottawa will go right back to the man advantage here.
Yeah, these are hard to tell sometimes, you know. But 4 referees got together, 2 linesmen and 2 refs got together, and they decided that it went directly over the glass.
Here is Stutzla giving it to Sanderson.
Hard to tell even with the replay.
Right. Cousins along the far circle. Goes down low and gets it right back from Batherson. Batherson now at the side of the net. Threw it in front off of Swayman's stick.
Yeah. Swayman gets a stick on it, and Zadorov gets a stick on it. That's that backdoor pass. It's just coming from the other side that time.
Bruins got the clear. Batherson brings it to center ice. Drops one back. Stutzla to Batherson, stepping across the Boston line. Here's Brady Tkachuk. Throws a deflected pass across the ice into the near corner. Zadorov with a bouncing puck. Has to settle it, then gets shoved against the boards by Cousins.
Yeah, whether it's 5-on-5 or 5-on-4, the Bruins just have not been able to handle Ottawa's forecheck.
Peak pokes it in front of the net, and here's a clear by Beecher.
Win a battle and use the middle of the ice.
It feels like every time the Bruins get the puck behind their net, there's 2 Senators around it against one white jersey.
I mean, they're using their speed to get in on the forecheck.
Giroux deals off to Zetterlund along the near side. Banked off the boards back to Shabbat. Over to the far circle, Perron. Now back across. Here's Giroux winding and firing, and Swayman got a pad on that. Giroux's got it back at the blue line. 38 to go on the power play. Puck comes back in his direction, gloves it down, sticks it down toward the corner, and gets the pass right back. Giroux will walk it to the hash marks. He'll stop for Shabbat. Over to the far circle, and the shot by Perron goes up and wide of the net.
He wanted a one-timer, but Shabbat ripped that pass over to him.
Perron's got it again at the left circle. Jokiharju challenged him in the corner. It'll come around to the near side for Giroux. Giroux down to the hash marks. Now steps into the dot, sends a pass across, and Swayman got across, made the save on Perron's one-timer. Giroux again from the point. Power play comes to an end. Lauco comes out to join the play as Giroux comes into the right corner. Throws one toward the net off of Swayman. And Lauco will take it, carry it out toward the neutral zone. Turned over at the red line, but the Bruins will get a change on here as the Senators are doing likewise. Final 15 seconds of the period. Pasternak in creating a disruption in the Senators zone. Nearly a steal. Out of the far corner, Sanderson sent it up the wall, took a hit. Amadio will move it back through neutral ice and just chip it into the Boston zone and bring us to the end of the first period. And the crowd here at the Canadian Tire Center appreciative of the Senators' effort in that first period as they lead it 4-1 after 20 minutes. We'll be back with our first intermission in just a moment here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Who's scoring big in the NBA this season? You are, with all the new ways to get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. From monster slams to dishing the rock to clearing the glass, get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. And here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Take it to the rack with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SPORTSHUB. That's code SPORTSHUB for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Ooh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. A.K.A. Uriner Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Ooh, yeah! Oh, yeah! We'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
We are seeing green for St. Patty's Day with the classic Mint Oreo Blizzard treat. Grab yours today at DQ, only at participating locations. Happy tastes good.
Hockey season means it's Pulis Boiler season. Now is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Pulis boiler. Don't wait. Act now. Go to PulisBoilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Pulis Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Comes back through the neutral zone towards Swayman. He goes out to try to play it. Didn't get much on it. Comes around near side with Terry. Couldn't get it out of his own. Pinto! A shot, and they score on the rebound. Ridley Gregg, I believe, was the one who knocked it in. And Ottawa makes it 4-1 here in the first. Ridley Gregg scoring the fourth and final goal for Ottawa in that first period. They have a 4-1 lead after 20 minutes. Back alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. And the Bruins, you said it, under siege for most of that first period as Ottawa came hard on the forecheck, and the Bruins just have not been able to respond.
No answers whatsoever on the forecheck for the Ottawa Senators. It's like Ottawa comes in playing with a lot of confidence. You come into this game saying, this is a playoff game. You know, I know every game is important for the Bruins right now. Every point is important for the Bruins. Same for the Senators. Sure. But, you know, you come in feeling pretty good about yourself after the way that you won the last 2 games against Florida and against Tampa. Played a good game against Carolina. It's still debatable, did you get their best? All 3 teams, I'm saying. Probably deserved better against Carolina, but you're coming in against a hungry team at this point of the season. Some of these teams are kind of comfortably in the playoffs. Even though they're good teams, they're elite teams, they're comfortably in the playoffs. Ottawa's not comfortably in the playoffs. They're hungry, and they haven't been in the playoffs for a long time.
7 years.
So they are coming, and they're coming hard, and they're feeling good about themselves on home ice. They feel good after the trade deadline. I mean, the Bruins had no answers. Defensively, they did not move the puck out effectively. They didn't get back on pucks quickly enough. The speed of Ottawa was on display in terms of getting in on the forecheck and putting the defensemen for the Bruins back up against their faces up against the glass. You know, they're not running anybody over, but they're finishing the hits and they're taking away time and space. And the Bruins have not handled it well. Even the last goal, that wasn't handled well by Swayman, trying to go out and play the puck. He kind of fanned on it, and all of a sudden the Senators have established their forecheck again. They score a power play goal a little too easy. You know, it's one where Tkachuk gets it down low. He's off to the left of Swayman on the right wing side, and it's a pass made behind Zadorov, you know, to the base of the left wing circle. Was that Batherson? Yeah. So it's just like, as a weak side defenseman, you need to take that passing lane away. Force Tkachuk to put the puck back on net from a sharp angle, and then you depend on your goaltender to make the save. But your goaltender can't make a save on that backdoor pass. So, but the problem was you've spent most of the period inside your own zone. Now, they stabilized things when it got to 2-1. All of a sudden, you know, a nice little play down low by the Bruins on their own forecheck. You make the score 2-1. Questionable call on Beecher. He got his stick in there, but Stützle helped it. No question. But the Senators get the benefit of the doubt, and they make the Bruins pay on the power play. They're able to kill off the Lauko penalty for delay of game, but the majority of that period spent inside the Bruins zone because Ottawa's feeling it, and the Bruins didn't have many answers trying to clear the puck, trying to make plays coming out of their own end.
Yeah, shots on goal were 16-4. Shot attempts are 27-9 in favor of Ottawa.
Indicative of the way the game went.
Absolutely, as you said.
Sometimes shots on goal can be inflated in terms of, you know, they're all from the outside or whatever. But, you know, when you're pounding pucks on net, Swayman, look, I think 2 of the goals for Swayman he would like to have back. You know, the Norris goal, the quick turnaround, maybe it surprised him, but that one snuck underneath his pad. Wasn't a high shot. It was right along the ice. He turned and fired. I think it surprised Swayman a little bit. And then the last goal, the 4th goal, he misplayed a puck on a dump-in. He went out to play it, kind of fanned on it, and all of a sudden Ottawa has possession in the offensive end. And Greg is left alone in front of the net. So after Swayman makes the initial save, Greg puts it home. I think those 2, specifically, you know, Cleven's goal was a bomb.
Yeah.
That was a bomb. That was a tough one. And the backdoor goal he's not going to get to. Just it wasn't defended well. So I think you might see a goaltending change to start the second period. I mean, I'm leaning that way. You see Korpisalo come in here. You've got 40 minutes to right this ship. Plenty of time. You can attack the Senators and their defensive end. You haven't had an opportunity to, though, because you spent too much time in your own zone that period. I'd love to see, I don't have the analytics, I don't know if you follow that stuff or not, but how much time was spent in the Bruins zone compared to how much time was spent in Ottawa zone that period?
Yeah, I mean, it felt like the puck was barely down Linus Ullmark's end of the ice in that period. And that's why the game is a 4-1 game right now, as the Bruins will have to try to figure it out here as the first intermission continues. Just a quick rundown of the scoring. It came hot and heavy, so we didn't get to some of this. Pinto from Greg and Amadio at 3:44 of the first. Shane Pinto's 16th of the year. They scored again at 9:09. It was Tyler Cleven's fourth from Nicholas Montepalo and Drake Batherson to make it 2-0 Ottawa. Bruins got back within one on Casey Middlestad's first as a Bruin, his 12th of the season from Vinny Lettieri and Parker Wotherspoon. A good pass from behind the net by Lettieri, finding Middlestad coming down the middle, and the Bruins were back within one. But then a power play goal by Drake Batherson, his 17th of the season, from Brady Tkachuk and Tim Stützle, made it 3-1 Ottawa, and it was a 22-second span before the Senators would score again. Ridley Gregg's 11th of the year from Shane Pinto at 16:43. So it's 4-1 Senators after one here in Ottawa. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray when we continue here on our first intermission on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Tip off every Celtics game all season long with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, official partner of the 2024 World Champion Boston Celtics. When it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
Hey, it's Zoe here, and you guys know as well as I do, when you're faced with a rebuild year, it's all about staying 2 steps ahead of the competition. Oakers Technologies has a history of shaping the future. For over 100 years, they made their clients future-ready, helping revamp their technology and IT systems to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the skill to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future-ready. Proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCEnighttrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Tip off every Celtics game all season long with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, official partner of the 2024 World Champion Boston Celtics. When it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about ClearPath for Veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. ClearPath for Veterans is working with safety insurance to help New England veterans at the resource centers in Devens, Massachusetts and Manchester, New Hampshire. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to ClearPath and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Well, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, taking a look at the NHL scoreboard. After one period, it's the Leafs and Panthers tied at 1. The Lightning have a 2-1 lead over the Flyers just underway in the second period. Also in the second period, Penguins 2, Blues nothing. The Golden Knights have a 2-0 lead over Columbus at the moment. And just underway, Devils and Oilers, no score. Minnesota, they host the Rangers tonight, and then 2 other games on the ice. The LA Kings host Washington and Chicago. They head to San Jose. David Andrews released after 10 seasons with the Patriots, and the Celtics, well, they'll be in Miami tomorrow. They're off their loss to Oklahoma City. Signify your spot of the Bruins fandom with the new Next Century Fan For Your Puck package, which includes an engraved puck that will be displayed on the puck wall at Heritage Hall inside TD Garden, and engraved commemorative puck to keep as a memento. Visit bostonbruins.com/fanfoyer to purchase yours today. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. The second period is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCEnighttrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hey, it's Zoe here, and you guys know as well as I do, when you're faced with a rebuild year, it's all about staying 2 steps ahead of the competition. Oakers Technologies has a history of shaping the future. For over 100 years, they made their clients future ready, helping revamp their technology and IT systems to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the skill to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future ready. Proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about Clear Path for Veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. Clear Path for Veterans is working with Safety Insurance to help New England veterans at the Resource Center in Devens, Massachusetts. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to Clear Path and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Zoe, and Oakers Technologies has a long history of helping businesses stay future ready as their single source IT partner, providing everything from full IT infrastructure to everyday AV needs. And they're hyper-focused on managed IT services that feel easy and simple from a single point of contact. Their ProCare support team are the people behind the technology that makes sure that you have a custom approach to the support and resources you need to keep your business future ready with Oakers Technologies, proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Wotherspoon, good play in front to keep the Senators from getting a chance as Batherson was right on the doorstep. Shot wide by Montempallo. Here's a drive and they score. Levin stepping into a one-timer on the left circle, and it's 2-0 Ottawa. That part of a 4-1 first period as Ottawa has that lead as we go to the second. And we'll see Jonas Korpisalo taking over between the pipes here for the Bruins. And fans, TD Bank card holders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Jeremy Swayman departs, having stopped 11 out of 15 shots on goal in that first period. Korpisalo comes in for, this will be his third relief appearance of the season.
I think, if I break down 4 goals, right, that were scored against the Bruins in that period, I need Swayman to come up with a save on Norris, and then the last goal there was scored by Greg. mean, Greg was left wide open in front, but it was also a misplay by Swayman going out to play that puck. So a couple of goals, yes. And, you know, you thought the Bruins had settled things down when they got the score to 2-1.
Right.
But, I mean, the bottom line is Ottawa was ready for a playoff game today. The Bruins weren't. So you got a lot of time left.
See how they respond to the change here as Boston will go from left to right in this second period. Puck sent into the Bruins zone. Mason Lohrei there brings it in behind Korpisalo. Deals it back toward the near side for Peak. Through the neutral ice, tipped ahead by Lauko, but Amadio's got it. Off the near wall and forced back into the Bruins zone by Gregg as he's run off it by Peak. Lohrei pivots in behind his own net. Round to the far circle. He'll carry it all the way through the red line and now across the blue. Down the left circle he goes. Centering pass and a chance right in front by Sacco. Turned aside by Omar. Senators will head back the other way with Pinto from the red line sending into the right wing corner. Sanderson in deep. Played it behind the net, but Lohrei right there takes it back toward the far corner.
That's a good chance. I mean, Lohrei starts it. He starts it with the rush. He goes end to end, and he makes that pass in front. Lohrei, you know, we've talked about him a little bit. You know, he scores that great goal the other day against Florida, and he can do that at the offensive end where the defensive intensity has to be ramped up a little bit, especially when you have a good forechecking team like the Senators. And if he can get back on pucks quickly and move his feet, he doesn't have to go end to end every time. Right. You make a good first pass, but you get back on pucks quickly, move your feet, get coming out of the zone, it opens everything up for you. But that first period, nobody was able to do that.
Lohrei -3 in that first period. Face-off will be to the right of Omar here after the Senators were whistled for icing.
And the other goal was a power play goal.
Right. Puck lobbed into neutral ice here. Glove down by Jokiharju in front of the benches. He'll play it in, and it caught a piece of the glass separator by the bench and comes back into play. So
it's the Lohrai's probably he's not the whipping boy by any means, but he's probably the guy that he's playing more minutes. Him and Zadorov playing more minutes on that left side with Hampus Lindholm being out of lineup. So being fed some more minutes now that maybe he wouldn't normally get. And people see his offensive ability, and we need offense. So yes, the Bruins need offense. So you take that offensive ability, but at the same time, try to work with him on the defensive side of things. And for Lohrei, unfortunately, after being 3-3 in that period, I mean, he's -21.
There's Koepke with a drive, and that one gloved by Omar hangs on to it as Lettieri goes crashing into the net along with Clevin and dislodges it, and then they get into a joust, and that's going to gather a lot of other players around as well.
The next closest guy is -10, and that's Middlestat. And he came from Colorado.
Right, and that's all in Colorado. He's a +2 since he got here.
Coyle had a minus, and Frederick had a minus when they got traded, but that's a big discrepancy. And I know plus-minus isn't always the be-all and end-all in terms of how you play. So all I'm trying to say is he's very capable at the offensive end. Skates extremely well. He's got skill set that a lot of guys don't have. He's got to get more engaged on the defensive side of things.
As you said, I mean, the Bruins don't have a lot of offense from the back end, especially with McAvoy out of the lineup and Lindholm out of the lineup, who's missed most of the season. But so that part of it has fallen on Lohrei, and he's excelled at that part.
Sure he has.
Audio dumps one in here. Korpisalo will stop it at the back of the Bruins net.
It's not all bad. There's a lot of good there, and he's taken good steps in that direction. It seems like you talk to the coaches. Puck goes out of play here. You talk to the coaches. He has a good attitude. He wants to learn. He does have a short memory, which in some cases is really good if you make a mistake. But you also have to be accountable. You can't just forget about it and not worry about it.
You can't make the same mistake over because you forgot about what you did before, right?
Yeah. I think it's more of a willingness with him. I really do. On the defensive side.
Face-off in the offensive zone here for Mark Kastelik. At 2:35 gone in the second period. Bruins down 3 goals.
when you're looking to build around certain people on your team, if Lindholm, Hampus Lindholm, and McAvoy are healthy, he's probably your, now the Carlos trade, he's probably your number, 3 or 4.
Right.
Zadorov would be in there as well. Peak would probably be, in the 5 range. But you don't have those two guys, so now all of a sudden he's elevated in the lineup in the minutes and the matchups that he has to go against.
Puck comes along the far boards to Wotherspoon. He'll send it around behind the net. Patrick Brown in the near corner. Backhands it back to Mitchell for a drive, and that hit Kastelik in front as he tried to redirect. Senators will clear it up ice. Zetterlund will chase it in. Going in behind the Bruins net. Took a hit from Brown. Puck comes around the near side. Spun back in deep by Highmore. And reversed back in behind the net. And Mitchell there for the Bruins. Hands it off to Kastelik moving forward. Lobs it ahead from the neutral zone. A bouncing puck into the Senators' end, but the Bruins were offside on the play, so they back off. Stützle will carry the Senators out. Deals the puck backward. And Shabbat will dump it in from the red line. All the way around to the far side. Came to Giroux. Gives it to Stützle in the far corner. Behind the net to Brady Tkachuk. He skates it back over to the far hash marks, and a shot kicked aside by Korpisalo. Now Shabbat with a shot from the high slot. Korpisalo gets the blocker on that. On the end wall, Peak able to poke one free, but taken away. Stützle back to Shabbat. Over to Jensen. He throws one toward the front of the net and knocked out of the air by Korpisalo. On the near wall, Stützle able to hand it back to Shabbat. Jensen fired back across to Stützle, and in front, denied there by Elias Lindholm. Jensen shoots one in wide of the net, looking for a deflection, didn't get it. It'll rim around to the far corner, and Lohrei gets over there, plays it out into neutral ice. But the Senators will reload quickly. Shabbat on the near side boards. Lindholm gets a stick in there. Puck came free for Perron. And around behind the net. Cut back toward the near side. They get it back to Shabbat at the point. Over to the far side. Right back from Mountain-Paulo to Shabbat. Chance in front. And Korpisalo coming to his right. They had taken one away from Dylan Cousins. Cousins along the far circle. Got it back in behind the net. A chance left circle by Clevin. Turned away. Here's Clevin again. Moving toward the high slot. Pass to Batherson. He works into the high slot. Shot is blocked in front. And Lucko's shaken up. Like he took that one off the arm or the hand. He's headed back to the bench. Mountain-Paulo from the left circle. His shot is squeezed against the chest by Korpisalo.
Yeah, Peak and Lohrei out there together on that shift. Ottawa just feels right now. Bruins have not had an answer. Sacco just went down towards the locker room as he went off the bench, or excuse me, off the ice towards the bench. When you feel it as a team, your forecheck's on, skating legs are there, the playoff intensity is there for you. You don't want to let your foot off the gas. And I'm sure that's what Travis Green was telling his team in between periods, and the leadership was telling their team in 2 periods. Do not let your foot off the gas. You got a team that's down. You keep pushing right now. That's the way they're starting the second period.
Off the face-off. Chuck goes down. Puck comes bouncing up toward the near side wall with Terry. Trying to push it out of the zone. Senators able to hold it in. And now, finally, the Bruins get the clear. It'll trickle down toward Ottawa's territory. And Shabbat comes back to retreat. Stützle finds Claude Giroux cutting up the left side. Plays it around the Bruins net before he gets cut off by Middlestat. Hard around the far boards, and Koepke will steer it across the ice and back over to Shabbat. Approaching 6 minutes gone here in the second period. Bruins down 4-1. Jokiharju goes back behind the net. Zadorov will reverse it back toward the near corner, goes and gets it himself. Plays up ice off of Middlestat and forced back in across the Boston line. Geekie will drop it back. Jokiharju with a long pass directed to Geekie in the neutral zone. Middlestat finds Geekie left circle, and he tried to pass it back for Mitchell, but that was taken away. Thrown back through the neutral ice, and Wotherspoon deals to Pasternak near the red line. Costa floats it toward the right wing circle. Sacco in there, able to win it back from Sanderson. Came toward the slot, but Amadio right there for Ottawa. Sanderson pivots away from Sacco. Zub will lift it up the right wing side, but cut off at center ice by Wotherspoon, and deep it comes. Olmark will settle a rolling puck behind the Ottawa net, then pressured by Pasternak, has to get rid of it quickly. On the boards, they can't get out. Beecher shoots and scores! Pasternak was floating in front of the net. Not sure if he tipped or not, he did. And the Bruins cut it back to 4-2.
Yeah, that's got to be Pasternak's goal there. That's just a wrist shot from the point. Broken line change for the Bruins, but this wrist shot that comes through from the point. And Pasternak, he's behind everybody. So Olmark kind of misplays this puck. It's a little bit of a slow play by him, getting it around the boards. And Beecher wristing it towards the net. And yeah, it's just David Pasternak getting the backhand tip on this play.
The 34th of the year for Pasternak. Who had a goal and an assist in the comeback third period win the other night. So we get a whistle, and Bruins will get whistled offside here, so we'll step aside. We got 12:53 to go in the second. Boston's back within 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket, all while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. Did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
David Pasternak's goal, assisted by Johnny Beecher at 6:59. Our delivery of the game, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order.
Yeah, we mentioned Lauko not on the bench. He had gone down to the locker room. He's still not on the bench. Right now, you got Kaslik, Beecher, and a double shift. Oh, no, Brown on the ice for the Bruins.
Lauko shaken up after blocking a shot.
So that could have been just a double shift for Pasternak.
Puck comes volleying back into the Bruins zone here. Korpisalo plays it on to Peak.
Look, still
bring it through neutral ice.
Ryan, still very winnable game. I mean, the Bruins get their feet going and continue to get better as this game goes on. But you got to be able to handle the forecheck.
Not yet midway through this second period.
Plenty of time left.
Comes out into neutral ice, and Beecher will skate back to get it here in the Bruins zone. Boston moving from left to right here in this period. Chipped up the right wing side by Pasternak. Lindholm on his horse, but won't get there in time to beat an icing.
Fans of Idiot Bank is teaming up with Boston legend Patrice Bergeron again this season for Assists for Kids to donate $37,000 to help Metro West families pay for youth hockey. Get details now at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron.
So for Pasternak, goal number 34 on the year, 17 of them in the last 23 games.
I mean, honestly, how good has he been?
He's been amazing. I mean, he's been amazing. I mean, we talked about it a week or two ago that, if the Bruins were to make the playoffs, he should be getting MVP votes.
Well, if it's the player that's most valuable to your team.
Right? I mean, where would this team be without him?
Exactly.
Here's Pasternak getting it to Lindholm.
Problem is, and I'm in this school of thought that if you don't make the playoffs, then
here's Lindholm off a takeaway, threw it in front. Usnadinov was there, ricocheted away. Jokiharju back at the blue line, gives to Pasternak. Off to Zadorov, stepping in for a shot, and that one wide of Ullmark, and ricochets back out.
I mean, we could make the playoffs without you.
Right.
or miss the playoffs without you.
Yeah.
But when you look at the point totals, the next closest guy on the Bruins has 36 points, and that's Casey Middlestat. Pasternak has 81.
The shot up and over the net. Yeah, I mean, even
Marchand was 47.
I was going to say he was still over 30 points clear of Marchand as the second.
Well, when Marchand
scorer.
got hurt, it got over 30.
Right.
But
here's Cousins with a backhand shot in on Korpisalo.
That goal, he's got 82 points.
Around the far side, Middlestat trying to fight his way out of the zone. It'll come back toward Mitchell. Lost it. Chance in front, and neither Senator could get it into a shooting spot. As Batherson was moving right to the net, puck got away from him. Bruins dodge a bullet there. Perron back deep in his own zone here for Ottawa. 10:25 to go here in the second period. Brought through neutral ice by Zub, and he'll play it deep. Korpisalo hands off behind the net.
I was wondering what the Ottawa fans were booing about. Zub.
Artem Zub gets the Zub call every time he touches the puck. Coming back around to the far side, it's Montemalo. Long pass through neutral ice, trying to hit Giroux, but that misses him, and that'll be an icing here against the Senators exactly midway through the second period.
You know, the Bruins got the game to 2-1 in the first period. You think that, okay, we're going to stabilize things and get better as this game goes on, and then you allow the two quick goals to make it 4-1. Okay, what are we going to do? How are we handling this period? What are we going to, come out and what do we have? We got a lot of time left in this game.
Face-off win here by Geekie.
So far, so good. I mean, early period was probably Ottawa's side, but it started to settle down a little bit now.
Pasternak wraps it up the boards, far side to Lohrei, winds and fires, shot blocked, and kicks back out to center ice. Peak takes a hit from Giroux, dumps it in. Clevin stepping toward the near side corner, got knocked down by Kastelik. Peak holds in at the blue line, walks it down the wall against Stutzlik. It's knocked down, but got the puck around behind the net. Kastelik left circle shot gets blocked and goes up and out of play. So we'll step aside here with 9:28 to go in the second. And the Bruins have cut it back to a 4-2 Senators lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Hotels.com, we know some travelers crave sand between their toes. Others want to be poolside with a drink on the way. And more often than not, those two people end up in a relationship. With the Hotels.com app, compare properties side by side across amenities like pool and ocean view. Compromise isn't so bad when you're holding a Mai Tai by a pool with an ocean view, agreeing that, yeah, this is better than finding sand in awkward places for 3 days. Book now in the Hotels.com app and find your perfect somewhere.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
9:28 left here in the second period, and it's a 4-2 Ottawa lead. David Pasternak scoring at 6:59 of the second. Face off in the offensive zone here for Casey Middlestat. And they'll
just chip away.
Yep.
Get better, chip away.
Face-off win here by Middlestat. Lettieri out of the left corner. Sends it back down low.
Pay attention to the details.
Are pinching deep. Middlestat trying to center for Lettieri. That was knocked away. Koepke coming on late. Couldn't get it to settle, and back comes Cousins.
That was good feed for Koepke in the slot.
Knocked away by Koepke on the back check. Puck comes in on Korpisalo. He steers it away. Back to the near point man. Shabbat, a drive tipped up and over the net. A chance on the rebound. They score. That puck came right to the far side of the net, and Korpisalo couldn't recover in time. Batherson's got another one.
Yeah, this puck. We just talked about chipping away. Now they got an uphill battle. A lot of low to high plays here made by Ottawa. Again in on the forecheck. Win a battle in the corner. Work it low to high. Get the shot from Shabbat. It gets deflected on its way in so that as it comes off the back wall, it comes out to Batherson right in front. And Batherson's able to beat Korpisalo to the glove side before he can move over and get to that puck. But they win a battle first down low before they work it low to high, and Shabbat gets a shot away. It was Perron who eventually moved it back. He didn't win the battle, but he got it back to the point. And not going to win many games, allowing 5.
5 and
we're halfway through the game.
31 minutes. So for Batherson now, 2 goals and an assist tonight. He had no goals in his last 10.
He's a good player.
Now has 18 for the season, 53 points.
That's one of those young guys that they've been waiting to really pop. I remember talking to Gary Galley about him, former Bruin. He does a lot of TV up in Canada, and just saying that when he wasn't here yet, he was playing in the American Hockey League, saying that this guy, he's going to be a player.
Back-to-back seasons of 60-plus points and on that pace again.
Yeah, maybe not superstar status, but really good player.
Bruins will get whistled for an icing here with 8:31 to go in this second period. He's also, Batherson, been able to avoid injuries. His 239th consecutive game played tonight. Face-off will be to the left of Jonas Korpisalo. His first goal surrendered by him this evening. He took over between periods after Swayman was touched for 4 in the first. So shot gets knocked down in front of Korpisalo.
Lauko back on the ice, by the way, for the Bruins.
Good news. He left after taking a shot up high in this second period. First shift since after going to the locker room. Puck angled off the near boards into the Ottawa zone. Steered right back out of there. Lifted toward the Bruins zone. Knocked down there by Mitchell. Now Dylan Cousins through neutral ice. Brings it off toward the top of the right circle, and his shot gets blocked and out of play by Wotherspoon, and the two of them go nose to nose after the whistle.
And it's hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Bruins will be back home at TD Garden on Saturday. Against the Tampa Bay Lightning once again. And then Monday at home as well for St. Patrick's Day before heading off on that long western road trip. Off the face-off, puck coming back toward the blue line. Sanderson backed off. Beecher fighting his way through neutral ice. Kastelic over by the Bruins bench to catch up with the puck. Wheels it in behind Olmark.
I'm not too crazy about having a game on St. Patty's Day.
Why not?
Why do you think?
Want to be out taking part in the festivities?
Maybe.
There will be plenty of festivities at TD Garden that night.
I think we're working.
Huh? Near side, it's Pinto. You become O'Beers for the evening?
No, it's just, it's an event.
Now, Boston St. Patrick's Day is definitely an event. Here's Shabbat stepping into a shot. That one off the end of the glove of Korpisalo. Lorei looking to clear it. It'll come into the middle instead. They'll angle it up ice, and Pasternak just inside the Ottawa zone. Near side boards and Geeky against Jensen. Pasternak sent it across, looking for Zadorov. It was behind him. Picks it up off the carom. Plays it back around the boards. Pasternak along the near side wall against Pinto. And this time taken away. Amadio will lead it up the left wing side here for the Senators, but pushed right back out of the Bruins zone. Dump in by Shabbat from the red line. 6:35 to play here in the second. Deep it comes off a tip by Geekie. Kachuk got it out across the blue line.
Yeah, Geekie didn't want to play that puck. Would have been too many.
He was headed for a change. Here's Kachuk moving right circle. Drop feed for Stutzla and a good chance. And a good save by Korpisalo. Second effort goes wide off the near boards and out of the zone it comes. Husnudinov gets a nice pass from Lindholm. Moves in and scores! Murat Husnudinov with his first as a Bruin. And it's 5-3.
Well, you got a good look at Husnudinov speed right there coming through the neutral zone. That's a nice play by Lindholm. Backhand pass. Almost goes backwards through the neutral zone, but then Husnudinov with his speed gets this puck in full flight. And Ottawa not prepared to play this puck. I mean, he's in alone. Partial breakaway. I'll give him a breakaway on it. It's going to be a penalty coming up. And he's going to beat Ullmark to the glove hand side with a nice shot, nice finish. First as a Bruin. Really good look at his speed right there and his quickness.
Fourth of his career. As Lettieri in on the forecheck forces a turnover behind the Ottawa net.
He had Koepke right away.
Couldn't quite get it there in time. Middlestat at the back of the net. Puck jumped away from him.
That fifth goal by Ottawa hurts right now, right? I mean,
yeah. Jensen from the far circle. Off the wall. Lettieri spins it back toward the corner. Jensen got in front of Middlestat. Middlestat won it back, but then got hit, knocked off of it. And Perron will drag it back out across his own blue line and send it toward the Boston zone. Peak. Around the near boards to Koepke. Lettieri coming through neutral ice. From the blue line. Dumps one in on goal. Ullmark steers it off into the far corner. 5:17 to go here in the second. 2-goal game. 5-3 Ottawa leads it. Off a dump in. Wotherspoon reversed it toward the near corner. Dug out and sent back to the point here for Zub. Back deep it comes.
Penalty coming up to the Bruins. No, to Ottawa, sorry.
To Ottawa. As Mitchell carries it around behind the Bruins net. Korpisalo will head back to the bench. Long skate over there. Mitchell brings it in front of the now empty net. Deals it up the right side for Brown. Gets it right back. Brown now passed it back towards center ice for Wotherspoon, who pivots back toward his own zone. 6-on-5 attackers here for the Bruins. Pasternak pass off the near side, and that misses. Sanderson will touch it up. Penalty called here against the Senators, and the Bruins will have their first power play of the night and a chance to cut back within one here. Amadio goes to the box for holding. So Bruins trailing 5-3 go to the man advantage next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidant CNE, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
4:34 to go, second period. 5-3 Ottawa leads. Bruins going to the power play for the first time. It's brought to you by Bosch Power Tools, engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Power Tools are built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Power Tools, what hard workers deserve. AC Middlestat steps out of the corner, comes right to the front of the net. A scramble, and Olmark able to keep one out.
What a save.
Here's a drive from the point by Lori. That one hit a leg and went wide.
They're so focused on that far... the left wing circle, trying to take away that backdoor pass like we talked about in the first period, that Middlestat's able to walk right out in front for the opportunity. And there was a backdoor chance.
Minute 27 to go in the man advantage. Off a clear. Bruins coming back ahead. Middlestat couldn't handle it cleanly near the Ottawa line. Sent back down toward Boston territory. 3:50 to go here in the second. Pasternak will bring it through neutral ice. Skates right in across the line. Cutting toward the right wing circle. Drops it back to Lindholm just inside the blue line. Over to Middlestat. Pressed it down the wall to Geekie. Back to Middlestat. He's out near the left point. Now to Pasternak on the right side. Lori, center of the blue line, gets the pass. Gives back to Pasternak. Sends it toward the near circle, but that taken away by Sanderson and sent all the way down.
Yeah, Sanderson was able to get underneath the stick there at Middlestat because that was promising. It was an easy entry by the Bruins, but not able to do anything with it.
42 to go on the power play as Pasternak sends it up the left wing side. Zacha off the wall. Pasternak kept it in. Mitchell throws one to the net. Letary in front got a tip. Usnadinov out of the left corner. Got it to Zacha, and he fired in on Omar. Near side corner. Letary to Mitchell. Walks it along the blue line. To Zacha. Quick touch pass. Right back to Zacha for a one-timer, and Omar made the save and covers up.
Omar's best work. Right, the Bruins have not had a lot of volume on him, but his best work. What a save he just made backdoor as Middlestat takes this puck to the net, and the rebound was there. I don't know if Geekie got a... No, he never really did get a good shot away, right? That puck kind of bounced up in the air, went off of his arm, and then Middlestat had another whack at it, but Olmark there moving to his right to make sure that that puck stayed out.
Bruins had 3 goals on their first 9 shots. Olmark a couple of saves here on this power play, and Senators will get it cleared here with 15 to go in the man advantage. 2:45 to play here in the second period. Mitchell deals to Zacha. Rips it deep. Stopped by Olmark behind the net. Rims it around the glass, and it jumps off the glass and out of play into the netting. So faceoff will be in the Ottawa zone here with 1 second left before they release Gaudette.
Yeah, so when this happens, right, you get an offensive zone face-off. The Bruins will have 2 defensemen out there. It's going to be Jokiharju and Zadorov, who hops out on the ice. But if you lose the draw...
Get back in a hurry.
Well, yeah, you're back because Gaudette's coming out of the box. You just the awareness. You win the draw, you can get a scoring. You get a shot on goal before Gaudette can get back in the play. But if it's a neutral... Like, if it's not won or lost, you get back. One of the D has to get back.
Off the face-off. Senators pulled
Get back. Yeah, Zadorov's back.
Sacco able to take it away. Got it to Jokiharju for a shot, and that one is gobbled up by Olmark. Hangs on to it. So the power play over. Bruins 0 for 1 on the night.
Well, communicated there what we have to do if we don't win the draw.
Yeah,
you see plays made. There was a play made a few weeks ago the Bruins were coming down to the end of a power play. They get a shot blocked from the left wing side, and the guy's coming out of the box. It's a breakaway.
Right.
Or it was a 2-on-1, I think it was. But you got to have the awareness of. Sounds simple, but it happens.
Geeky threw one toward the front of the net, taken away by Sanderson, steered up ice. Pinto will send one around behind Korpisalo. 2:12 to go here in the period. Bruins would love to get back within one before this period is over.
Even if you don't, just finish the period strong.
Right. And they trailed 4-1 after one. Off the far boards, it'll come back to Zub. Puts it back in behind the net. Zadorov able to pull it free from there. Angled it off the boards to Pasternak. Into the neutral ice. Geeky gets through some traffic. Moves across the line. Shot gets blocked and goes up into the netting, out of play.
Yeah, I mean, you're still within striking distance, right? I mean, as hard as Ottawa's come on the forecheck, you've actually gotten better as this game has gone on. You know, you're winning this period, right? 2-1. You get better as the game goes on. You get one, all of a sudden, Ottawa's getting a little tight.
Start to clench up a little bit, right? Face-off win here by Middlestat. Thrown off the end wall. It'll come around the near side. Racing over to it, Lauko. Able to bat it behind the net. Husnudinov off the far boards to Peak. Back to Husnudinov. Got it across! And oh, what a stop by Ullmark! Robbed Mason Waride. Diving to his left.
Well, he had allowed 3 goals on 9 shots, but he's been unbelievable here over the last few minutes. This is a nice play, right? Husnudinov on the left wing circle, over to the right for Lohrei. Lohrei can't believe it. Ullmark sprawling to his left. And Lohrei put this puck pretty close to where he wanted. Right? It's funny to say, if he shoots it on the ice, it's a goal.
Right. Because Ullmark's about halfway up.
Or if he puts it just under the bar, it's a goal. He put it halfway up, and Ullmark sprawls to his left with the glove out.
Amazing.
It's still it's a fantastic save. But you say always, you got to get the puck up. Got to get the puck up. Put it on the ice. It's in.
Right.
But easy to say. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's just that's all Ullmark.
Highlight reel save as Peak throws one toward the net. Ended up just wide. Middlestat trying to drag it out of the corner. Minute 18 to go in the period.
I thought it was in.
I think everybody thought it was in. Lohrei looked like he had a half a net to shoot at.
They're getting the chant for Ullmark now.
Here's Giroux into the middle for Zub, coming through neutral ice, turned over. Peak lobs it back toward the red line, batted away by Sanderson. Iran will get it deep into Boston territory, down to our left. 55 to go in the period. They work it back to Jensen at the point. Shabbat, shot blocked by a sliding Lauko.
Again, he's taking a beating tonight.
And he's slow in getting up. And he's limping back over toward the bench as the Bruins will get the puck deep in their own zone here.
Back down towards the locker room. Might as well. There's only 30 seconds in the period.
Pasternak gets it from Middlestat, trying to cut right down the middle. Ran out of room. Geeky off the end boards has it, though. With 25 to go in the period. Geeky brings it to the far corner. Backhands behind the net. Pasternak got sealed away from it. In the near corner, Cousins played it up the wall. Jokiharju to try to keep in, but it's chipped past him, and Zadorov regains in neutral ice. He'll carry back in with 10 to go in the period. He throws one off the post. Oh, my goodness. Pasternak over to Zadorov, throws in front. That one blocked away from Sacco, and that'll do it for the second period. Another big opportunity late in the period for the Bruins as Zadorov hits the pipe against Ullmark. And Ottawa has a 2-goal lead as they head to the locker room through 40 minutes. But the Bruins pushing hard. We'll be back with our second intermission coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Plus tax tag license, $400 fee and first payment with approved credit. 36-month leases, $54.99 due at signing. Zero security, 7,500 miles, ends 3/31/25.
More inventory means bigger savings. Go to Greco, go to Greco. There's more to move with over 250 new Toyotas at Greco Toyota. Like a new 2024 Toyota BZ4X XLE all-wheel drive, $99 a month, $99 a month. Or move in on a new 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross L all-wheel drive, $199 a month, $199 a month. Plus, trade in your current vehicle and get paid top dollar to use as a down payment. Greco Toyota has more inventory and more savings while they last. A Toyota BZ4X, $99 a month, or Corolla Cross, $199 a month. So make your move on a new Toyota with a low payment at Greco Toyota. Minutes from anywhere on Route 44 in East Providence, or shop online at GrecoToyota.com.
Will exceed your expectations. We guarantee it.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Husnudinov gets a nice pass from Lindholm, moves in and scores! Murat Husnudinov with his first as a Bruin. And it's 5-3. Our amazing play presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. Back along with Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Second intermission here in Ottawa. Bruins have gotten themselves back within 2 after trailing 4-1 at the end of 1. They now trail at 5-3. Heard the first Bruins goal by Murat Husnudinov as part of that to get it to this point, but a much better second period than it was in the first. They were able to handle the pressure a little bit more and back Ottawa up a little bit more in that period.
Yeah, I mean, first period was not good. Ottawa was ready to play. Ottawa was ready for a playoff-type atmosphere. They were playing with confidence. The Bruins were back on their heels, and they didn't handle the pressure very well at all. Second period was better. They win the period 2-1, right? So I hated the fifth goal just because it looked like they were starting to push a little bit, and then you allow the fifth goal to give Ottawa the 3-goal lead again. But a good answer. They eventually get one, and they had chances for more, right? Lori had a fantastic opportunity that Allmark makes a desperation highlight reel save on, moving to his left with the glove, and then Zadorov hits the post with 20 seconds ago. 10 seconds ago. So the Bruins have gotten better as the game has gone on, and I don't want to give them too much credit because they weren't good in the first period. Right. You're down 4-1 after 1, and honestly, it probably could have been a little bit worse. So they battled back. They've stayed in it. You win the second period 2-1. now you're down 2 again, 5-3 going into the third period. And you don't have to get it all back at once, but you got to place a little bit of doubt in Ottawa's minds with a strong start to this third period. Allmark's the only reason this game isn't 5-4 right now. I mean, what a save he just made on Lori. That's a great setup, offensive zone time for the Bruins. Well-executed play, working from high down into the left wing circle. Husadinov, he looks like he's going to attack in that left wing circle, and he goes right through the seam to Lori, who's open in the right wing circle, and he can't believe it. I mean, nobody can. What a save. Allmark had the Allmark chants going here from some of the Ottawa people after that save. It's funny because Allmark's season, he wasn't very good at the beginning, and then he started playing really well, but they were giving him a lot of starts. And his whole the thing with him in Buffalo before he came to the Bruins was that if he gets that many starts, he's gonna break down and get injured.
Right.
Which he did. So now they're trying to balance that moving forward, and how many games he plays. He didn't even dress the other day.
Well, I was going to bring that up. So
he didn't even dress the other day.
They called up Levi Marilainen from the AHL.
Who's played well.
Who's played well. He's got 8 wins this year and a couple of shutouts. But, I guess that's a way to try and spell Allmark, because he has started now 9 out of the last 10. They just didn't start. They just didn't dress him the other day when he wasn't going to play.
I'm tired. I'm going to say. I guess you got to know your body, right? But, I mean, Travis Green, he's an old school coach, so I can only imagine kind of what's going through his head sometimes. I've talked to him a little bit about it. We played together a little bit for the Islanders, and then he was a short-time Bruin as well. But he's like, it's different now. Guys don't come back until they're 100%. And that was the thing on Allmark when he was in Buffalo. When the Bruins got in from Buffalo, I remember some of the Buffalo people telling us that he needs to be 100%.
Right.
But the balance between him and Swayman, playing similar amounts of games, it gave you a great 1-2 punch. And, the Bruins reaped the benefits of that for a couple of years. Now he's moved on. He's playing for Ottawa. You hope the best for him, not at the Bruins' expense, but you hope the best for him. And that save he just made to keep this game at 5-3. What a save.
You'll be seeing that one for a while.
Yeah.
So it's a 5-3 lead here for the Ottawa Senators. The goal scoring in that second period, David Pastrnak with his 34th from Johnny Beecher, tipping in a Beecher shot at 6:59. Batherson scored his second of the game, 18th of the season, from Dylan Cousins and Thomas Chabot at 11:01 to put Ottawa up 5-2. And then Marat Husnadinov with his third of the season, first as a Bruin, from Elias Lindholm and Jacob Lauko at 13:55. Cuts it back to 5-3. Time for our Music of the Game, brought to you by Live Nation.
You got that power over me.
Dermot Kennedy presents Mishnach, a festival of Irish music and culture at TD Garden on March 19th. Get your tickets now at livenation.com. Joe Murray gives the Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps everything exactly where you want it. No poking, no stabbing, no constant readjusting, just freedom to move. It also has a demi-cup shape for a natural lift with a lower neckline that flatters in everything from V-necks to dresses. And because it's from Knix, it's available in sizes for every body. Experience the first wired bra you'll actually want to wear all day. Visit Knix.com for 15% off your order with FreeFlex15. That's KNIX.com, code FreeFlex15 for 15% off. Knix.com.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, taking a look at the NHL scoreboard after two periods. Panthers have a 3-1 lead over Toronto. It's the Flyers 3, Lightning 2. Third period just underway in that one. Also, Penguins up 3-2 over the Blues, beginning of the third period. Vegas all over Columbus, 3-0 right now. Tie game between the Devils and Oilers at 1. And while the Rangers and Wild no score after one period. Just two other games on the slate. The LA Kings host Washington and Chicago. They travel to San Jose. David Andrews of the Patriots released after 10 seasons with the team. Celtics, they play in Miami tomorrow night. And Rafael Devers, well, he said that he would be fine starting as the designated hitter this season. Calling all youth hockey players, the 16th annual Boston Bruins and Pro Ambitions Hockey Summer Camp presented by Rapid 7 is back. Youth hockey players can elevate their skills during the offseason in a fun-filled environment. Space is limited, so visit bostonbruins.com/summer camp to register today. I'm Joe Murray. The third period is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Geico's motorcycle expertise means I'm covered by people who know bikes like I do. I'm happy as a clam.
Disclaimer, no conclusive scientific research has shown clams can experience happiness.
I just meant that I feel really good about my coverage.
I mean, even if you took the clam out for the best day ever, visiting the zoo, taking a scenic ride, knowing you're insured by specialists, and sharing a strawberry ice cream cone together, the clam would not feel happy, and your strawberry cone would taste sort of clammy.
Ew.
Geico's motorcycle specialists who know bikes like you do assume no liability for clammy ice cream cones. Geico. Expertise for your motorcycle.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Hey folks, it's Brian from Norfolk Power, landscape and property management pros. Are you ready for the upcoming mowing season? Get in now for the best selection of Walker and Wright mowers. Or go electric this season with Mean Green. Norfolk Power is a leading destination for all your mower needs with aggressive financing options. Want to look stylish? Well, of course you do. Pull that equipment package with a Max D trailer. Visit any of our Norfolk Power stores or text us at 508-384-0011. Norfolk Power, celebrating 50 years in business.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub. This is a black and gold flashback.
Here's Grzelcyk, left circle, walks in, shoots, he scores! And the Bruins have sliced the Hurricanes' lead in half. It's 4-2. Pastrnak, pull and drag, shoots, he scores! And the Bruins within a goal, trailing 4-3. Krejci into the right circle, centers deflected, they score! And the Boston Bruins have roared back to tie the game at 4. Far side, it's fired, they score! The Boston Bruins have taken a 5-4 lead on a rocket from the far circle by David Pastrnak. Right side at center ice, here's Pastrnak, shoots, he scores! And that's the hat trick for Pastrnak. An explosion for the Bruins in the third period as they rock the Carolina Hurricanes and come up with a stunning 6-4 victory.
Tonight's black and gold flashback. Maybe there's a little magic on this date for the Bruins. Back in 2018, David Pastrnak, 3 goals and an assist as the Bees exploded for 5 goals in the last 10 minutes of the game to beat Carolina 6-4, overcoming a 4-1 deficit in the third period to win that game. We'll see if they can come from behind again tonight as they are trailing 5-3 as we get ready to start the third period. Bruins trailed 4-1 after 1, able to chip away at the lead in the second, and then in the last minute and a half of the second period, Mason Lohrei had what looked to be a sure goal stolen by Linus Ullmark and an amazing save. And then Nikita Zadorov hit the post with about 10 seconds to go in the period to keep this a 2-goal game.
Well, I think just with those 2 chances, you already placed a little bit of doubt. I mean, you hope so anyhow.
Right.
Into Ottawa's heads, but now you got to follow it up. Starting this period strong. We said get better and better as the game goes on because that early part of the game was not very good in terms of how the Bruins were handling Ottawa's forecheck.
Bruins overcame a 2-goal deficit against Florida just 2 nights ago. Puck will come deep into Boston territory here as they go from right to left on offense in this third period. Volleyed through the neutral zone. Jensen reaching for it, couldn't get it. Chased deep into the zone by Husnudinov, who rides him into the boards.
Lauko has been shaken up a couple times here today, back on the ice now.
Yeah, blocked a couple of shots, had to go to the room both times. Zadorov with a shot. That one knocked down in front and sent off the far wall and out into neutral
ice. It's a good shot by Zadorov. He's moving from left to right from the left point there. He's able to drag that puck to get the shot through.
Drives a 90-footer in on goal as the Bruins went for a change. Zub played it through the neutral ice, knocked away from Amadio near the Boston blue line. Amadio's got it back in the neutral ice and dumps it in. Takes a hit from Peak and gets knocked down. Near corner, Lohrei overskated. Twisted into the corner against Gregg. Lohrei able to come free with that puck. Walks it out in front of Jonas Korpisalo and off the far boards to Geekie. They get it out of the zone, but not very far. Sanderson will pull it right back in. Fights off a Geekie check. Throws a wide-angle shot in on Korpisalo. Blocks it up and out of play.
You know, you watch Sanderson play. He's a good player. He's not a huge guy. Skates well. Sees the game well. You know, he's not Quinn Hughes category in Vancouver, but he's a similar kind of player in some ways. Not always, but some ways. Hughes played last night. I don't know if you saw. Did you see some of the highlights from last night?
I caught
sure
a little bit of,
yeah. How could you not up here?
Yeah.
But he played almost 30 minutes in that game. Calgary wasn't too happy. They thought he went down pretty easily there in that one sequence, right? And it was Lomborg, and then Rasmus Anderson was giving him the business, but Vancouver ended up winning that game. And then did you see the goal by Brandon Montour in overtime?
I didn't. I don't know
if
I did. Oh, yeah, I did. 4 seconds into overtime.
Set a record for fastest goal scored in overtime. Eberle went forward with the puck off the face-off in overtime. Montour jumped early. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Right.
And he got the step. I think it was Lane Hudson for Montreal. Unfortunately for him, he jumped by and got the breakaway. 4 seconds it took off the face-off to score.
Fastest overtime goal in NHL history.
Yes.
Puck batted into the attack zone here by Koepke. Spun around the near side and out. Trying to get it out behind the net. Thrown back toward the near corner. And it'll be chopped up toward the blue line by Gaudette. Brown reaching for it. Comes back out towards center. Dumped in by Wotherspoon. Senators control deep in their own zone. 2:20 gone here in the third period. And a chance at the side of the net. Terry throws it out in front, but gloved out of the air by Ullmark. Hangs on to it.
Terry was below the goal line. He was trying to throw that puck out, trying to get a bounce off of Ullmark. Ullmark just calmly gloved it. Seems to be dialed in now.
17 saves on 20 Bruins shots for Linus Ullmark. Jeremy Swayman departed after the first period, having given up 4 goals on 15 shots. Been 13 shots thrown Korpisalo's direction since then. 12. Math skills are still as good as ever. He's allowed 1 on those 12 shots. Middlestat will take the face-off. Near circle down to our left. Bruins attack zone. Jensen got tripped up against Lettieri. Came behind the net with it. Shabbat off the far boards. Helped forward by Batherson. He's got 2 of the Ottawa goals. Push back into the attack zone here for the Bruins. Koepke down the right circle. Throws a backhander toward the net. Tipped up into the air by Ullmark, and he calmly gloves it. Linus Ullmark, talked a little bit about him between periods and the season he's had. This is his 32nd start of the year. Missing time with a back injury. Remember, we were here last time. He was starting to skate. People were questioning, like, is he really going to go play in the Four Nations with, coming off a back problem?
They did the whole thing during warm-up, too, with him and Swayman, right? And
right.
He brought his kids over to the penalty box, and it was like Uncle Sway. And
on the near side, pushed deep here by the Bruins. This was the second meeting of Swayman and Ullmark this year in the 4 games between these two teams. As Lindholm tries to backhand one around the far post, and Ullmark sniffed it out, covers it up. And the reunion in the first meeting of the year between these teams at TD Garden back in November. Ullmark won that one in overtime, 3-2.
We had 3-2, 6-5, and then the Bruins had the 2-0 shutout.
Right. That was Korpisalo in goal for that one. Stopped 29 shots back on January the 23rd. Puck pulled into the corner here by the Senators. 3:10 gone by here in the third period. Geekie able to glove one down, sticks it around behind the net. Chasing in toward the near wall, but it'll be cleared out by Zub, and that's going to be an icing against Ottawa.
Well, fans, hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
An attack zone face-off here for Boston. Off of that icing. Geekie stands in on the draw. Puck pulled back toward the corner, though, and Sanderson will deal it into the middle. Pinto coming out of his own zone. Poke check by Geekie, helped free that puck up. Back in across the line. Geekie knocks one out of the air. Lohrei takes a swat at it as well, but Amadio steers it out. Lohrei regains near the red line. Backhands it into the far right corner. Sanderson from behind the net.
Nice pass in the middle there.
Pinto to Amadio. Out of the zone, now peels back in.
Like players that make that play, I love that play. Right? You can't go up the boards. You don't want to wrap it around. The play to make is, the confident play to make is right in the middle of the ice.
Here's Cousins out of the corner trying to hit Batherson coming in across the blue line. Couldn't handle it. Now a shot by Montempaulo to scramble after Korpisalo made the save. No signal from the official. Batherson's got his arm up in the air.
No signal at all from the official, which worries me. That puck was not handled well by Korpisalo.
We'll take a look at it here on the replay. Hit Peak in the skate.
Yeah, the good thing about it is he's got a lot of equipment over the goal line. So I don't know, even if the puck does go over the goal line, if you could tell that it did. Perron thinks he has a goal. He's the one pushing away. But I don't think you can definitively say that this puck goes over the goal line. In fact, no.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, they'll look at it, but this one will not count.
Yeah, the angles we've seen so far, puck just isn't visible.
No. You have to see it go over the line.
Right. And 100%.
And it was not called goal or no goal on the ice.
Right.
So it was not called a goal.
Right. So
it has to be no goal. Right. Yeah, they're going to look at it, but at least the view that we've seen, Korpisalo wasn't able to handle the initial shot as well as he'd like. Peak, it goes off of his right skate. Otherwise, either Cousins or Perron has a goal. But you cannot see it go over the goal line.
Korpisalo is down on his right, and
he keeps it out with his right hand.
Arm is right on the line.
Yeah, there's nothing to say that this puck goes in, unless there's a view that we're not seeing.
Here's Kendrick Nicholson.
It's quick.
After review is confirmed, the puck does not completely cross the goal line. We have no goal.
Okay. So it's still 5-3 Ottawa with 15:44 left. Tense moment at the Bruins' end.
And it wasn't even a dangerous chance. It was a shot from the right point that, you know, you hope that Korpisalo can have it stick to him and not have a rebound there in front of him.
Face-off win back to the point here. Clevin with a shot in front. Korpisalo.
Bodies falling everywhere.
Got the bump there as Jokiharju was trying to defend at the side of the crease. Zadorov moving it down the left wing side here. Got to play it in front, cut off by Tkachuk. Now Middlestat in front for Koepke on the doorstep, a chance.
Just missed the net. The Bruins should go on the power play. No.
Oh, Lettieri went down in the corner, no call. Jokiharju drops it back. Zadorov finds Lettieri, dumps it in from just inside the red line and heads off on a change. Nick Jensen to Stützle, pivots away from Lindholm, drops one back. Clevin a pass up the left side, missed Batherson, but comes all the way around, and Perron will steer it back in behind. Kusnedinov will bring the Bruins out. Gives to Lohrei coming through neutral ice onto the right side for Lauko. He double clutch, took the shot, it was blocked. Shot from out at the point gets blocked, and now a clear, and Batherson trying to catch up with it as he couldn't get it for a potential breakaway. Lindholm near the red line, sends it across the ice, turned over. 14:25 to go. Senators in their own zone with the puck. Kusnedinov providing some pressure there. Jensen skates it out toward the blue line. Turns back from Kusnedinov again. Lifts it off the glass and onto the Bruins blue line. Wotherspoon trying to deny there, but taken and brought back in deep. Sacco knocks down Gregg, who goes skidding into the end boards. Pastrnak along the near wall, gets sandwiched between a pair of black sweaters. Wotherspoon got it into the middle of the zone. Kusnedinov able to stick handle into some open space. Now it's got Sacco up ice. Pastrnak right wing side, tried to give it back to the trailer Mitchell. That was blocked. Geekie run off it along the far boards, and it'll come back out into the neutral zone.
Nice job there by Gregg on the back check. You know, he's got a couple of options. He reads that play well because Pastrnak tried to get back into the slot.
Matteo takes a hit from Zadorov along the near side.
Oh, he saw him coming, which was fortunate.
And Bruins will get whistled for an icing here. 13:27 remaining in what is still a 2-goal game here. Ottawa has led this one since the 3:44 mark of the first.
Set up for Koepke a couple minutes ago there. He just missed the net to the short side.
Terry got taken down right after that.
Couldn't tell it was penalty worthy or not. Like if he just lost his balance, didn't really get a good replay of it, so not sure.
Off the face-off, puck swept in behind the Bruins net. Zadorov steps out toward the near side.
Stützle drew one earlier.
Yeah. Maybe Lettieri didn't get enough air under him to draw the penalty. There's a whistle and an offside here against the Bruins. We've got 13:12 to go. Ottawa leads at 5-3 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Blink and get more. More what, you ask? More value with smart home security at an even smarter price. More simplicity with easy install. More convenience with up to 2 years of battery life. And more connection so you can check in from anywhere. Hi, Boomer. Who's a good boy? The best part? With Blink Smart Home Security, you'll get all this without spending more. So blink and get more. To learn more, visit Amazon.com/blink.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com. This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Fans throughout the season, with every helper on a Bruins goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates another $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. 5 feeds tonight, so it's another $500 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Just over 13 minutes left in regulation. Bruins trailing 5-3 here in Ottawa. As the Senators start forward, Tkachuk will play it down the left wing wall and deep into Boston territory. He'll turn and go for a change. Bruins clear the puck, the turnover in center ice, dumped right back in by Zub. Korpisalo steps out behind the net, stops it. Zadorov will give it for Jokiharju. Here is zone blue line. Angles a pass off the far boards to Middlestat. Gives to Lettieri, cutting down the right wing circle. Turns back along the hash marks and wheels it around the wall. Wotherspoon will play it back in behind the net. Middlestat trying to get it out in front for Beecher, who was coming down the middle, but that was taken away. And Perron will push it back into the neutral ice. Cross ice pass, chased down by Zub, dumped in behind the net. Korpisalo slowed it up. Mitchell reversed it back toward the near corner. Wotherspoon dragged away from it by Batherson. Digging for it along the near boards. Wotherspoon against Cousins. Puck comes behind the net. Mitchell races over to the far corner. Steers a pass up ice for Beecher, who got tripped up near the red line. Comes back toward the Boston zone. Perron will poke it free, and it comes back to Montempallo inside the Ottawa zone. Montempallo trying to hit Gaudette with a pass. That one missed. Rims all the way around in the Bruins zone. And a battle for possession along the end wall. Highmore able to steer it around the near side, but Montempallo had pinched into the middle, so he has to chase it all the way back toward the Ottawa zone.
Did you see the Highmore back check against Philadelphia the other day?
What
Unbelievable.
A job to save a goal.
First of all, he turned it over.
Right.
So guilt.
Guilt is a powerful motivator.
Yes, he got all the way back, and he saved a goal by coming all the way back. Unbelievable back check.
Lorai sends it around deep in the Ottawa zone. Husnudinov along the near side, had it knocked away. Tkachuk will feather it into the Boston zone and head on a change again with 11 minutes to go.
This pace is kind of favoring Ottawa right now, is it not?
It is. Sacco brings it across the line. Right wing a pass to Pasternak. Centering pass. Lohrei stopped again by Ullmark. Turnaround shot by Geekie. Turned aside. Peak with a drive. And Ullmark makes a third save.
We had a couple people upstairs here saying 3 goals and 9 shots. Not very good on the save percentage, but the quality of saves he's made over the last...
Oh, Mason Lohrei is going to have nightmares about Ullmark tonight.
He's robbed him twice.
Far side, puck will be cleared out by Gregg here, back toward the Boston blue line. 10:20 to go. Zadorov brings in behind the Bruins net, down to our right. Pass off toward the near circle for Mittelstadt. Chased by Cousins. Mittelstadt trying to find some space. He does. Deals a cross ice pass. He's got Koepke coming in across the line, down the right circle. Try to leave it along that circle. And it was knocked free. Mittelstadt keeps it moving. Cousins, though, able to steer it back out of the zone. Zadorov from the Boston line turns away from Cousins. Soft pass left side for Mittelstadt. Trying to drag it through some traffic. Gives off to Koepke. Giroux won it back. Mitchell from just outside the Ottawa line rockets one around the boards to the near side. Giroux takes it off the wall. Gets it to Tkachuk. Into the middle. Stützle coming through the neutral ice. Lettieri able to knock that puck free. Mitchell just inside the Boston line. Pass near side for Wotherspoon, had to reach for it.
Unbelievable how a game changes as it goes along. After the first period that Ottawa had all over the Bruins in terms of the forecheck, and Bruins had no answers.
Kusnedinov from behind the net to the far circle, and a shot by Peak kicked aside. Lohrei drags it back toward that far circle. Hands back off to Peak. His shot deflected and goes up and out of play. 8:58 to go here in the third period. And Linus Ullmark keeps this a 2-goal game. 5-3 Ottawa leads on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
And Bruins will be back on Causeway Saturday night. Make your plans and get down to TD Garden as they take on the Tampa Bay Lightning at 7 p.m. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets and grab a front row seat for all the hard-hitting action.
Some double shifts for David Pasternak, making a couple changes up front. You got Lindholm, Pasternak, and Kusnedinov.
Just under 9 minutes to play. Bruins down 5-3. They trailed 4-1 earlier in this one. As Lohrei skates it into neutral ice. Carries back in across the Ottawa line. Puck goes through the slot.
When to move it, when to carry it. He gets out of his own zone, beats that first forechecker, protects the puck. Then when do you move it? Still stuff that, Lohrei's getting better at.
Pasternak's pass redirected deep here by Lindholm. Kusnedinov chasing in behind the Ottawa net. Around the far side. Zub trying to bring it back toward the corner. Lost it back toward the blue line instead. Zadorov gets the pass from Jokiharju. Throws one just wide of the net. And it ricochets out of the corner and back through neutral ice. Jokiharju back in his own zone. Pass around Stützle. Zadorov up the left side. Lauko's stick snaps as he tries to dump it in. He'll head back to the bench as the puck in the near corner. Beecher kicked in behind the net, but it'll be taken and lifted up out of the zone by Shabbat. Back to Zadorov inside the Boston zone. Plays over to Jokiharju and through the neutral ice. And that one goes in toward the side of the crease. And Ullmark plays it. Senators starting out of their own zone, but pressure put on by Beecher along the near side boards. Perron forced back by Koepke. Koepke hits him hard along the end boards. The puck reversed toward the near side to Jensen. Neutral ice, tipped ahead by Batherson. Peak there for the Bruins. Skates in front of Korpisalo. Pass up the right side for Kastelik, who's claiming he tipped it. Officials say he did not. It's an icing here against Boston.
Yeah, it's Bruins Hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions.
Kastelik, when he was complaining about that icing, got a little chirp from the bench from Claude Giroux, and two of them exchanging some pleasantries. Kastelik looked like he reached out and maybe flicked Giroux in the visor. Kastelik's going to get a block shot here as Kleven threw one toward the net. Go around the far side. Kastelik picks up from there. He'll bring it up through neutral ice. There's Kastelik, former member of this Ottawa Senators club. Koepke deals it deep. Ullmark steers it around the far boards and out. Terry chopping it away from Brady Tkachuk. Loose in front of the Ottawa bench. Tkachuk goes down against Lettieri. Mitchell will backhand it in again here for the Bruins. Ullmark to the back of the net. Backhands the puck toward the near corner. Jensen to Stützle. Wheels away from the forecheck of Sacco. Pass to center ice for Giroux and lobbed into the left wing corner. Mitchell back along with Lohrei. Lohrei in the near corner against Stützle. Stützle able to win that battle. Behind the net goes Gregg to the far corner and deals it back to Shabbat at the point. Deflected shot, hit, changed direction a couple of times, and Korpisalo made the save.
Stützle got a piece of that.
Lohrei from the near circle. Will push it up to the blue line. Cross ice pass.
Got a guy.
Finds Lettieri down the middle looking for Geekie, and it goes into the crease and covered up by Ullmark.
Geekie was there. That pass just a little bit too far in front of him, and that allows Ullmark to make that save.
So 5:51 to go. Bruins trailing 5-3 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Packages by Expedia. You were made to be rechargeable. We were made to package flights, hotels, and hammocks for less. Expedia. Made to travel.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidants C and E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
Geico's motorcycle expertise gives me the coverage I need, like 24/7 claims. I'm on cloud 9.
Disclaimer, clouds are wholly unable to support the weight of an adult human.
What's happening?
Furthermore, clouds are not numbered. Even if you procured a jetpack and searched, you'd find no cloud numbered 9. However, at that altitude, you'd likely befriend a flock of migrating snow geese.
Geese?
Who'd encourage you to leave your 24/7 Geico motorcycle claims insurance behind, as they would take you in and even share their dinner of crickets and clovers with you.
Ew.
Geico assumes no liability for any indigestion that may occur from a clover cricket dinner. Geico. Expertise for your motorcycle.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
5:51 to go. Bruins down 5-3. Linus Ullmark, after stopping 6 of his first 9 shots that he faced, has now stopped 16 in a row to keep this 2-goal lead.
And some high-quality chances, not just outside, shots from the outside. Yeah, you said Mason Lohrei.
He's had 2 taken away from him tonight. Zadorov with a shot, blockered away. Near side wall, trying to dig it free, Pasternak. He'll come back toward the blue line and slip back toward the Boston zone. Jokiharju racing over to keep it away from Pinto. Jokiharju from the far corner of the Bruins zone. Bounced it ahead for Pasternak. Couldn't corral it. Here's Pinto near the red line. He'll play it back in deep. Korpisalo will stop it. He came on in between periods 1 and 2 for Jeremy Swayman, who surrendered 4 of the 5 Ottawa goals tonight. Lohrei backhands it over to Mitchell. Mitchell from in front of the Bruins bench. Fired ahead for Lettieri, just missed him, and that'll be an icing.
Fans Well Point is proud to honor our hometown heroes all season long. This week we're honoring Officer Nestor Santos from the Springfield Police Department. To learn his story of sacrifice and resilience and to nominate someone making a difference in your community, visit 985thesportsup.com/heroes today.
Face off in the defensive zone off of the icing here with 4:58 left. At that last break, shot attempts in this third period, 14-6 in favor of the Bruins. But have not been able to find the back of the net, get any closer than 2 goals. Off the face-off, Jensen over to Shabbat. His shot goes high and wide. On the near side, back toward the corner. Taken out from behind the net by Highmore. Deals it back to Shabbat. Misfired a one-time attempt. Lauko grabs it and heads up ice. Chips it down the left wing wall. Chases into the corner. Rod Shabbat knocks him down. Usnadinov will pull it free. Backhands over for Zacha, and his one-timer blocked. And volleyed back out through neutral ice. Wotherspoon from his own blue line. Pass up the right side. Here's Peak jumping up. Peak goes into the right wing corner with it. On the end boards to Zacha. The net empty now with the Bruins ends. Korpisalo goes to the bench. Extra skater comes on with 4:07 to go. On the far side. It'll come back across near side for Wotherspoon. Sets up Pasternak for a one-timer. And from a tough angle that time.
Yeah, don't back off there.
Net empty. As Amadio in on the forecheck here for the Senators. Nearly got one right in front of that empty net. Bruins deny. Geeky to Peak in the far corner. Ottawa backs off here with 3:40 to play. Middlestat will carry the Bruins ahead. Lost it just inside the blue line. Lindholm, nice play to win it back. Here's Zacha. Left circle to Middlestat. Skates it toward the corner. Looking out in front. Zacha a chance right on the doorstep.
That's a nice pass right there from Middlestat. Great out. Zacha's had a couple good chances this period.
Lohrei sends it over far side. Handcuffed Geeky and lost it out of the zone. Bruins try to reload here. And they get whistled offside. Middlestat had not quite made it back to the blue line.
He was deep. He was deep in the zone. And Lohrei was trying to reload. I mean, that is... Ullmark has been outstanding here over the last several minutes. So Korpisalo is going to come back into the net with the face-off outside the blue line. We were just talking to Joe Sacco the other day about when you pull your goalie.
Right.
And he talked about how it was feel. So this was about 4 minutes ago. We pulled Korpisalo down 2 goals.
Needing 2 to tie. You've created some scoring chances in the second and third periods. Haven't been able to solve Ullmark. Puck played off the far boards by Highmore and in.
In all honesty, and all due respect, you don't have the line out there right now that you're going to pull your goaltender.
Right. Jokiharju.
You're getting some guys a little bit of a blow, a little bit of a breather over on the bench, and then you're going to pull Korpisalo again.
Pass was taken away in the neutral ice.
Pastrnak just hopped on.
Stutzlo will play it into the Boston
Everybody
zone.
on the line change.
Jokiharju settles behind the Bruins net with 2:40 to go.
As soon as you get into the offensive end, you get the line change.
Pastrnak feeds it out for Sacco.
The goalie out.
Coming through neutral ice, gets it in across the line. There goes Korpisalo. Geekie, pass just held in at the line by Lindholm. Geekie, they work it across to Pastrnak in the left circle. Up top now for Lohrei, walking it along the blue line. Pastrnak, top of the left circle. Tries to pass off to the right side, picked off by Pinto, and he'll send it out. Lohrei skates back to retrieve with 2:10 to go. His pass left side finds Pastrnak. Skates it in across the line. Stops along the hash mark. Centering pass picked off by Pinto again. Throws it toward the empty net. It'll go wide. Race down ice. And it'll be Greg to get there first. And Middlestat knocks one away from Amadio in front. Dangerous pass toward the front of the net. Lohrei able to keep it out with 1:45 to go. Bruins down 2 and running out of time. Pasternak's pass directed in by Koepke. Ullmark going to shoot for the empty net. It's going to go well wide. And this time, Mitchell will get back for an icing.
Yeah, 2-goal lead. Why not? We've seen it before. Pasternak's meant everything to this team. And what he's done, but he had 2 tough turnovers there in the offensive zone as the Bruins are trying to establish possession. Probably see a timeout here by the Bruins.
And there it is. I mean, you could feel the moment that puck headed Ullmark's direction, you could feel the crowd energized, thinking he might shoot at it.
Got it up and over everybody, just well wide.
Yeah. So 1:35 left and a 5-3 Ottawa lead. As they try to take 3 out of 4 against the Bruins this season. Put away what would be their 6th win in the last 7 games and their 5th in a row. Came in 5-0-1 in their last 6. That on the heels of a 0-5 streak.
This is a tough one to swallow right now because Columbus is losing, or they were last check.
Yeah, that's just gone final. Vegas 4-0 over Columbus tonight. Only other team that's in that mix is the Rangers. They're in Minnesota tonight. Rangers have a 1-0 lead late second period in that one. Face-off will be to the left of Linus Ullmark here. Just over 90 seconds to go and the Bruins needing 2. Giroux got it out to the blue line and forced out of the zone, and now Batherson diving to keep that puck moving forward and knocked down. Saving the goal there, Zacha, as Cousins was headed toward the empty net. Now Giroux would take away. His shot scores. And with 1:16 to go, Ottawa makes it 6-3. Thirteenth of the year for Claude Giroux.
Never really got any scoring chances with the 6-on-5. A couple of giveaways in the offensive zone. A couple of blocks. But never, it's not something you practice a lot of, or just don't have time. But we saw it practice it the other day. But really never got any quality scoring chances with the 6-on-5.
Senators control off the face-off with 1:10 to go. They'll get it deep. Korpisalo watches as Wotherspoon spins it up the far boards. Thrown back toward the net. It'll come wide. Out of the near corner, Paulo plays it back in behind. Highmore chopped away by Mitchell. Koepke pursuing along the far side. Now back toward that corner. Highmore and Mitchell again. The Bruins' 2-game winning streak will come to an end. Puck at the back of the net here with Wotherspoon. He'll send it up the left side for Beecher from the red line, chips it deep. Brown tapped in behind the net, spun around to that far side for Perron with 30 seconds to go. Pass through the neutral zone, directed in again by Batherson. Pair of goals and an assist for him tonight. Kusnedinov gets it back in deep here with Lohrei. Final 10 seconds of this one. And Cousins forcing it out in front of the net. Korpisalo forced to cover it with 2.6 to go. There's going to be one more faceoff.
Sounds like they're saying we want playoffs. I assume that's what it is, right?
I couldn't make out exactly
After
what
7
they were
years,
saying,
yeah.
but it's been 7 years since their last playoff appearance, so well, they're getting awfully close. There's the drop of the puck, and the siren sounds to end this one. Ottawa with their 20th win in 31 home games this year, and they take it 6-3 over the Bruins. We'll be back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Geico's motorcycle expertise gives me the coverage I need, like 24/7 claims. I'm on cloud 9.
Disclaimer, clouds are wholly unable to support the weight of an adult human.
What's happening?
Furthermore, clouds are not numbered. Even if you procured a jetpack and searched, you'd find no cloud numbered 9. However, at that altitude, you'd likely befriend a flock of migrating snow geese.
Geese?
Who'd encourage you to leave your 24/7 Geico motorcycle claims insurance behind, as they would take you in and even share their dinner of crickets and clovers with you.
Ew.
Geico assumes no liability for any indigestion that may occur from a clover cricket dinner. Geico, expertise for your motorcycle.
Hey, not to be dramatic, but you should smell this. Smells so good.
Whoa, that's quite the reaction to mixing and matching Gain scents. Let's hear another from Ashley, who mixed Gain products and went,
I'm so excited.
yes, you are. What about you, Isaiah?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and Emily summed it up like so.
It is just chef's kiss.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
There's nothing more satisfying than finding the perfect green paint for your living room. Except maybe popping open that can of Valspar Ultra and rolling that first smooth stroke on the wall. And there's nothing more satisfying than admiring your freshly painted wall.
Ooh.
Except maybe peeling off the painter's tape to see those crisp edges. But the most satisfying part of all? Valspar Ultra's price tag, starting at $29.98 a gallon. Affordable, durable, available at Lowe's. Price varies by Shein.
My brother-in-law died suddenly. Now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. After that, I told my wife we couldn't put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Comes back through the neutral zone towards Swayman. He goes out to try to play it. Doesn't get much on it. Comes around near side with Terry. Couldn't get it out of his own. Pinto! A shot, and they score on the rebound. Ridley Gregg, I believe, was the one who knocked it in. And Ottawa makes it 4-1 here in the first. Bruins would pressure and get a little closer, but end up losing it by the final score of 6-3 tonight in Ottawa. And Senators with a really strong first period, and Bruins just, they couldn't get enough past Linus Ullmark as the game went on. He got really good.
He got really good, but the Bruins weren't ready to play in the first period. Yep. I mean, Ottawa was by far the better team in the first period. They ended up with a 4-1 lead. We've seen teams come back from worse, but it's not a recipe for success. And Bruins aren't built to outscore their mistakes. And they get up to 3 goals here today, but, when Allmark got dialed in, he allowed 3 goals on 9 shots. Not that it was his fault, but he had 3 goals on 9 shots. And then he made some unbelievable saves. I mean, he robbed Lori twice. He robbed Lori in the second period, right at the end of the second period. Would have made the game 5-4 at the time. Now you're going into the third period down 1, and a late goal.
Yep.
So, give Linus Allmark a ton of credit for the way he played here today. Bruins had, 26 shots on goal, whatever it is, 26 shots on goal. But the quality of saves that he made late second period and partway through the third period, probably the difference of this game. I mean, Batherson had 2 and 1, and that's huge for the Ottawa Senators. But the Bruins were not ready to go here. This was a playoff game for Ottawa early on. They were the better team. They forechecked. The Bruins didn't have answers for them. That's why they were losing 4-1 after 1. And as the game went on, the Bruins got better. So did Linus Allmark. And here's where you end. You end up with a 5-3 score, and then the empty net goes 6-3 as the final. You still had chances to win this game, but Ottawa was the better team early, and that's why they opened up such a big lead. And the Bruins, they have the start to kind of blame for the way that they played. You expect Ottawa to come out with passion, flying. They found their winning ways. They're good on home ice, and the Bruins did not have an answer for it early in this game.
I go back to the pregame interview with Joe Sacco. He said, we need to start strong. We need to announce that we're ready to go tonight, and they didn't tonight. Time now for tonight's Lexus Amazing Play of the game. Husnudinov gets a nice pass from Lindholm, moves in and scores! Murat Husnudinov with his first as a Bruin. And it's 5-3. Husnudinov's third of the year and his first as a Bruin. Tonight's Lexus Amazing Play of the Game brought to you by the Lexus TX. Whether you're the passenger princess, a new set of twins, or even the family dog, everyone travels in luxurious comfort in the Lexus TX. Casey Middlestat also with his first goal as a Bruin in tonight's game. Well, we'll step aside. We'll check the out-of-town scores and give you the 3 stars when we return to Ottawa, where the Senators win at 6-3 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Geico's motorcycle expertise gives me the coverage I need, like 24/7 claims. I'm on cloud 9.
Disclaimer, clouds are wholly unable to support the weight of an adult human.
What's happening?
Furthermore, clouds are not numbered. Even if you procured a jetpack and searched, you'd find no cloud numbered 9. However, at that altitude, you'd likely befriend a flock of migrating snow geese.
Geese?
Who'd encourage you to leave your 24/7 Geico motorcycle claims insurance behind, as they would take you in and even share their dinner of crickets and clovers with you.
Ew.
Geico assumes no liability for any indigestion that may occur from a clover cricket dinner. Geico, expertise for your motorcycle.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Son jamming away, scores on the rebound! On the backhand! Brandon Son with under a minute to go to Perry to make it 2-0.
Yeah, Vegas taking on Columbus here tonight. Vegas would go on to win this game. They shut out the Blue Jackets 4-0 the final there. Other finals from around the NHL here today. Florida Panthers hold off the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2. 3-3 now. This game in a shootout between Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. Pittsburgh over St. Louis 5-3. New Jersey in the third period leads Edmonton by the score of 3-2. At the end of two periods, the Rangers with a 1-0 lead over Minnesota.
And here in Ottawa, the Bruins fall to the Senators 6-3. Ottawa wins 3 out of 4 in the season series. Time now to tell you about the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors Initiative, which sponsors our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they donate $100 to fight food insecurity. With 5 feeds tonight, that's another $500 for the Greater Boston Food Bank. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. And now for our 3 stars, presented by Nissan. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. With a goal, his 34th of the season, our 3rd star to David Pastrnak. Olmark will settle a rolling puck behind the Ottawa net, then pressured by Pastrnak, has to get rid of it quickly. On the near boards, they can't get it out. Beecher shoots and scores. Pastrnak was floating in front of the net. Not sure if he tipped it or not. He did. And the Bruins cut it back to 4-2. So Pastrnak with a goal gets the 3rd star honors tonight. With the 2nd star, Linus Ullmark. Husnudinov off the far boards to Peak. Back to Husnudinov. Got it across. And oh, what a stop by Ullmark. Robbed Mason Lohrei, diving to his left. Centering pass. Lohrei stopped again by Ullmark. Turnaround shot by Geekie, turned aside. Peak with a drive, and Ullmark makes a 3rd save. Linus Ullmark dialing in after giving up 3 goals in the first 2 periods, but that save late in the second against Mason Lohrei, a huge turning point in this game. About a minute later, with 10 seconds to go in the period, Nikita Zadorov hit the post as well. But Ullmark gets the win tonight, stopping 22 out of 25 Bruins shots to earn his 17th win against 11 losses and 3 overtime losses this year. And the number 1 star, 2 goals and an assist for Drake Batherson. Right circle. Kachuk got it across, and they score. Batherson from the left circle. Shabbat